What is up? We are back with more UBW, of course. Just got done with Archer versus Shiro, and we're back at the house, man. After Gilgamesh came by and took out Archer out supposedly, right? And yeah, he talked a lot about the Grail. He mentioned Angra Mainyu and of course using the Grail as a weapon, which he says it's really all it's good for. Yeah, that's really cool, man. I wish they could have kept some of that in the anime, particularly about Angra. I don't think he mentioned him when he was having that talk about to Saber. Like, you got the gist of what he was saying, but I think that's a cool detail, especially for people going into like Heaven's Feel. Like, if they're going like the anime only, I know people say start with UBW, then go to Heaven's Feel, and then come back to Fate Zero and maybe check out Dean if you want after that. But anyway. But what I also find interesting is that Shiro, I didn't get any choices during the Archer fight. I didn't really get any choices that whole ordeal, like leading up to it or during it, which I think says a lot about Shiro. I think all the choices that he gets are things that he has like Shiro has to consider in a way that something is a choice, like for me to have the agency to make that choice. So I guess it shows just how like that was the only way that he could go about it and did go about it, and it was true to him, man. I think that's like a cool like gameplay thing, like really solidifying what Shiro believes in. Yeah, anyway, let's keep going.
そうですか。それならいいのですが。
Apparently, having run out of things to talk about, Saber awkwardly ends the conversation. I mean, I guess what do you say? You've been like this for an hour since we came home. We don't have the composure to be celebrating Tosca's safety, nor did we celebrate our reunion. The situation isn't good at all. The last servant, Gilgamesh. As long as he has the Holy Grail, we have to fight him. We don't have any plans to beat him. The more we think about it, the more we realize it's hopeless. It's only natural for us to grow quiet. But I don't think that's the only reason we're quiet. This is probably the end. This will be the last time we will go into battle like this. No matter what the results may be, what awaits us does not change. The Holy Grail War will end. After that, the three of us won't be able to talk like this. Looking back, it was only a course of about 10 days. I never had time to think about what happened the day before, and I was too busy with all the events that came up one after another. But they weren't just painful events. Looking back at it, these past 10 days are precious memories that can't be replaced. That's why we're keeping our mouths shut. We don't want to admit the obvious truth. A decision should be clear to all of us already. We can't say it because we don't want to end it like this.
じゃあ私から言うけど、私はアーチャーの仇を討つ。裏切られたし、ひどいやつだったけど、あいつはシロだったから。
That's the thing about Archer, like he does all this kind of weird, kind of fucked up shit. It's like, it's Shiro! And he ended up like this, and you just feel so bad for the guy, and he's still my favorite servant. Okay. Tosca has made up her mind. She says that she will fight Gilgamesh. She clearly states that she will end this fight.
シロはセイバーにはどうしたって付き合ってもらうけど、マスターじゃないあなたには無理強いできない。あの金ピカ、シロを目の敵にしてるみたいだし、戦うのなら真っ先に狙われると思うけど。
Feka. Maybe Tosca's trying to be considerate by offering me an escape. But I'm already determined. I can't let Gilgamesh be. I intuitively know that the Holy Grail shouldn't exist. There's a bigger reason for me not to back out of this. You defeat him. He left those words and let me survive instead of him. Man who only denied Emiyashiro. As I have made him admit his defeat, my path is determined.
奴を倒す。自分で戦うと決めたんだ。最後までそれを守らなくちゃ。あいつになんて文句を言われるかわからないだろう。
そう。あなたがそう決めたのなら止めないわよ。
Getting to crest transplant things soon, and this is Real Tanua, so no sexy times.
ああ、頼む。それに、聖杯は放っておけない。聖杯が奴の言う通りのものだとしたら、そんなものは壊した方がいい。 今度こそ完全にこんなことを二度と繰り返さないようにだ。
Saber has fought with the objective of obtaining the Holy Grail. Her hesitation and reluctance aren't easily overcome, but still.
承知しています。聖杯がギルガメッシュの言う通りのものならば、それはこの世にあってはならないものです。
She kills her wish and assents.
よし。
And that's such a like. You really like when I watched UBW, I just really did not understand the capacity of Saber like letting it go, right? Because it's her whole purpose for being here. It's crazy. Like you need to like know fate to like get that. I get up and head to the kitchen. I put on the apron. I tie it behind my back and roll up my sleeves.
シロ、何かいいアイデアでも思いついたの？
No, I'm just gonna make dinner.
ね。いや、飯作ろうと思って。
Come on now.
二人とも腹減ってるだろ。
I ignore the astonished party and start preparing dinner.
話は決まったんだ。なら、あとはいつも通りにしよう。3人で夕食をとって、その後で奴を倒しに行けばいい。
Can't fight on an empty stomach. Oh god, I was just reading there, excuse me. I take out a bowl and a frying pan. I'll use everything I have in the refrigerator. I'll forget about everything tonight. I'll make a delicious feast.
ええ、そうですね。いつも通り夕食を迎えましょう。私たちにはその
Yeah,
方
it
が合っている。
does.
そうね。じゃあ私も手伝
And
お
we'll
うか
do
な。
it again in sunny day.
セイバーはお風呂沸かしてきて。
The serious atmosphere disappears like that. The living room suddenly becomes more lively. This will be the last night with the three of us. We're doing our best to keep it like always and to have a good dinner. So, after eating dinner consisting of Western, Chinese, and Japanese food, we start the customary strategy meeting. That is a feast.
では、
Oh,
リン
music
は竜
change.
道寺に聖杯があると。
ええ、前から今回の恒例場所は竜道寺だと睨んでたのよ。キャスター対策で監視役の使い魔を放ってたんだけど、それもついさっき潰れたし。
竜道寺ですか。厄介ですね。あの山には山門からでしか侵入できない。当然ギルガメッシュも山門で待ち構えているでしょう。
そうね。けど逆に言えば位置が特定できて助かるわ。あいつも厄介だけど、聖杯の召喚を止める方が先決だもの。セイバーにはあいつの足止めをしてもらって、その隙に私たちで聖杯を壊す。
また、聖杯を壊すって、それはセイバーじゃないとできないんじゃないのか。
そうね。私たちに呼び出された聖杯を壊すことはできない。けど、その前に聖杯の器を壊すことはできる。正確には聖杯が発動する前に停止させるってことだけど。
聖杯を停止させるってどういう意味だ？
あんまり考えたくないんだけど、今までの話を総合すると、聖杯はイリアスフィールの心臓でしょ。けど聖杯っていうのはイリアスフィールの体、魔術回路とセットだと思う。
Right.
あいつはイリアスフィールが聖杯になることを嫌がって核となる機関だけを引き抜いたとするとね、聖杯として機能させるためにはもう一度魔術師の体に埋め込まないといけない。残ったマスターは私とあと一人だけ。私がここにいる以上、あいつが聖杯基盤に選ぶのは
シンジってことか。けどシンジにはその
魔術回路がないって言うんでしょ。きっとそんなの構わないのよ。はい、不完全な聖杯を作りたがってるんだから、不完全なマスターに埋め込むでしょうね。
Yeah, that's actually a good point. He doesn't even really have a magic circuit, I guess. I always forget that part, which is crazy because this makes this even more fucked up. He's not even like really a magist in any sense.
血が絶えたって言っても、魔党の血族には遺伝的に魔術回路の跡があるし。
Alright, there you go, I guess.
イリアスフィールの心臓なんて そんな核融合炉をつけられたら閉じてた回路だって力ずくで開かれるわ。
That would mean we'll have to detach the Holy Grail from Shinji, huh? I don't know what it means to be the Holy Grail's foundation, but if possible, we'll have to stop it.
ですがそれをギルガメッシュが許すとは思えない。聖杯を止めるということはギルガメッシュを倒すということではないのですか？
そうだな。あいつが聖杯を守っているのは明白なんだから、まずあいつをどうにかしないと話にならない。
そうね。けどあいつ山門で私たちを待ち受けてると思うのよ。私たちの最大の戦力であるセイバーが山門からしか入れない以上、それ以外の突入経路はないんだもの。だから。
なるほど。私は単身で山門から突入する。リンとシロはその隙に裏から竜道寺に侵入するのですね。マスターである2人なら竜道寺の結界も意味はない。
そういうこと。セイバーには頑張ってもらうしかないんだけど、とにかくあいつの足止めをして。
またそれは無茶だ。セイバーじゃあいつにはかなわない。足止めなんてできないぞ、きっと。
何よ、やけにあいつの肩を持つわね、シロ。
全くです。確かに彼は強敵だが、それでも防戦に徹すれば私とて簡単には敗れません。その根拠を言ってください、シロ。
いや、そういう意味じゃないんだ。俺が見た限りあいつよりセイバーの方が強い。これは絶対だ。かけてもいい。
Flashbacks to Fate route, although we'd be missing a very important item for that fight to happen.
ではなぜそのようなことを言うのです？
Well, at least to consider it this time.
だから英霊である限りあいつには勝てないんだ。そうだな。もしあいつがセイバーと同じ宝具しか持ってないのなら、セイバーはまず負けない。剣士としての能力は比べるまでもないんだから。けどあいつの強さはそういう個人としての強さじゃないんだ。どんなに優れた兵士でも戦争そのものには勝てないだろ。あいつはそういう類の英霊だ。対抗するには同じ戦争じゃないと飲み込まれる。
つまりシロは私と彼とでは相性が悪いと言っているのですね。
ああ、そういうこと。だから登坂、何の策もなしでセイバーとあいつは戦わせられない。せめて突破口ぐらいないと勝ち目がないんだ。
そんなこと言われなくても分かってるわよ。だから今からそれを考えようって言ってるんじゃない。
ではリンには策があるのですね。
あのね、そう都合よく思いつくはずないでしょ。シローの言った通り、あいつの宝具は戦争だもの。戦争っていうのは戦力をどれだけ整えたかで勝敗が決まるものでしょ。いかに上手に兵器を扱えるかじゃなくて、どれだけ相手と同じ戦力を。
なんだよ登坂、いきなり黙り込んだ。
Idea, light bulb.
そっか、だから目の敵にしてたんだ。そうよね。自分の宝具を持たない英霊なら原点になる武器さえ存在しない。待てよ、それってつまり。
リン、どうしたのです？いきなり私の背後に回って。
お前は。
なんでもない。ちょっと考え事するから2人で勝手に会議してて。
Saber and I look at each other. Well, I'll leave her alone if she has an idea.
ではそうなるとアーチャーとの一騎打ちは避けた方がいいということですね。ですが私とてリンのバックアップがある。彼女からの供給があれば封印していた私の宝具も問題なく使用できます。
セイバーの宝具？それって風王結界じゃなくて？
はい、風王結界は鞘に過ぎません。リンの許しがあれば私は自らの聖剣を使用できます。前回聖杯を破壊したのもその件です。
そうか。
Indeed.
じゃあそのあたりは登坂次第ってことか。
そうですね。聖剣を使用すれば 私だけでなくリンにも大きな負担がかかります。リンの魔力の大半を奪うことになるでしょう。
だってさ、遠坂、お前の魔力量どのくらい余裕があるんだ？
魔力量ってなんで私の考えてることわかるのよ、あんた。なんでもない。私のことは放っておけって言ったでしょ。セイバーの宝具のことならちゃんとわかってるわ。言っとくけど、私とセイバーじゃ撃てて2回よ。1回は聖杯に使うんだから、ギルガメッシュとの戦いに使うって言うなら1回だけだからね。
セイバー、遠坂はそう言ってるけどどうだ？
わかりません。アーチャーがあらゆる宝具を持つというのなら、私の宝具と拮抗するものも所有しているでしょう。そうなれば、
We see how that
あとは
goes
どちらの
in
宝具
the
が優れ
first
ている
route,
かという
the
戦い
first time
に
they fight. She tries it. That shit was crazy, that explosion.
そうか、結局宝具の競い合いになるのは否めないのか。
Gilgamesh is likely to win. I can't let Saber fight such a hopeless battle. Man, I can't think. He's been acting strange. Why does she keep on looking at me like that?
おい、遠坂、言いたいことがあるなら言えよ。アイデアあるんだろ？
ないわよ。こんなところで言えるわけないでしょ、バカ。
She yells at me and looks away awkwardly.
シロ。
いや、なんでもない。あいつは変なんで、ほっといて話を
She's weird, so let's ignore her. We continue with the strategy meeting with just the two of us. It is our brain. Tosaka won't talk. We can't come up with anything.
ないんならさっきの案でいいでしょ。結婚は夜明け前だから、それまで各自自分の部屋で十分に休みを取っておくように。
Our course of action is decided by Tosaka. So I'm guessing like her embarrassment is the fact that she's like, okay, I need to transfer. His ability can counter Gilgamesh's, but he doesn't have the mana. How does he get the mana? Oh, transfer part of my magic crest. Well, how do you do that? And it's not real Tanua. You can see how she'd be like embarrassed, like, oh shit. Some time passed after that. Granted, they do have feelings for each other, so I'm sure that made it easier. I won't find out though. It's almost midnight. Tosca told me I should take a nap, but I can't sleep in a situation like this. We're going to settle our score with that servant in a few hours. Since we are heading out before dawn, everything should be over by the time the sun rises. Excellent. I can't just lay here and not do anything. Ooh. Okay. Well, I'm guessing this this choice may influence a lot whether I get True End versus Sunny Day, so top True End, middle Sunny Day. Assuming the Saber one doesn't mean I like die, but I'll go think. What the fuck is that? I'm gonna just go see Rin.
そうだな。こんな状況で眠ってられるか。
A plan against Gilgamesh. If we are to fight that cold-hearted enemy, I'll have to come up with some plan. Someone will die if we head to the Ryudo Temple as we are now. Compared to that, thinking until the very last minute is nothing.
遠坂、起きてるか？
I knock on her door.
ちょっと待った。絶対入るな。
I thought Tosco would be sleeping, but I guess she's still awake. More importantly, she's in a panic. After a few minutes of rustling sounds, he must have calmed down. Damn, he's just standing there for like a few minutes. That's a long time. After taking a breath, I can hear even outside Tosca opens the door.
で、何よ。
Tosca glares at me as soon as she sees me.
いや、何って話の続きだよ。ギルガメッシュへの対抗策をもう少し考えたいんだ。
Were they really okay? So damn, this is. I feel like this was way different in the anime. I feel like, huh? What was Rin thinking? And then Shiro's like standing in a room, and then Rin like approaches him. Cause I swear, like she approaches him in the anime. So this is very different. Cool. Wait, why are you glaring at me?
遠坂、 もしかして今すごく
So if I just straight up chose the Saber or the Think, are those just straight up bad ends because this doesn't happen? That's the obvious. I think that was talking to me. Of course, that's the obvious response she's going to give, but I have to ask. But
別にそういうわけじゃないわ。
excuse me. She gives a strange response.
登坂、お前熱でもあるのか？
ないわよ。もういいから入ったら。ギルガメッシュをどうこうするかってことならこっちから行こうと思ってたんだから。
Tosca pulls me inside, locks the door, and walks to the back of the room. I move to the center of the room for now. I sit down on the cushion and face Tosca, who is sitting in a chair. And an awkward silence follows. Tosca is silent even though she's the one with the plan.
登坂、ギルガメッシュのことなんだが。
分かってるわよ。セイバーと戦わせたくないって言うんでしょ。セイバーには優しいのよね、エミヤ君は。
そういう話じゃないだろう。
Uh-oh, do I have too many Saber points?
単にセイバーじゃあいつとは相性が悪いから配置換えをするべきだって話だ。足止め役のセイバーが倒されたら次に狙われるのは登坂なんだから。
じゃあ配置換えって言うけどどうするつもりよ。あの金ピカ金に焼かせて大魔術の武装をまとってるし。私じゃあセイバー以上に相性が悪いわ。それはあなただって同じでしょ。
That's true, but I can't get those eyes out of my head. Archer definitely told me this. That the golden servant, that only Emiya Shiro can match Gilgamesh.
登坂、怒らないで聞いてくれ。あいつの相手は
あなたがするって言うんでしょ。なんだ、やっぱり気づいてたんだ。ギルガメッシュの宝具の天敵はアーチャーの魔術なんだって。
I opened my mouth in surprise.
えって、シロ、あんた気づいてなかったっていうのにそんなふざけたこと口走った
いや、それは確証がなかっただけで、俺たちの中なら一番俺に可能性があるかなと。
誰に入れ知恵されたか知らないけどそれは間違いじゃないわ。ギルガメッシュを最強たらしめているのは宝具の数でしょ。けど逆を言えば同じ数の宝具さえ持っていれば力は拮抗する。
同じ数の宝具
Means I need to reproduce all the noble phantasms he takes out.
そうよ。あいつはあなたたちのことを偽物だって言ってたけどそれは敵として脅威を感じたからでしょうね。あいつは英霊エミヤに対してだけは互角の戦いをせざるを得ないんだから。
Yeah, it makes me wonder if that's why Gil didn't attack Archer when he was at the Einsburn Castle. That's true, but
そうかもしれない。けど無理がある。アーチャーの剣を一本投影するだけでボロが出るんだぞ。あんな次から次に宝具を出されたら投影も間に合わないし魔力も持たない。
あなたの魔術が今までと同じならね。けどアーチャーの宝具が何だったか覚えてるでしょ。あの魔術固有結界さえ使いこなせるようになればギルガメッシュに対抗できる。
Tosca stares at me, but I can't live up to her expectation.
無茶だ。固有結界ってのは禁呪中の禁呪じゃないか。やり方がわからないし、アーチャーが世界を作るときに使った魔力は俺の数倍だぞ。
ええ、無理なのは分かってる。けどやり方ならあなたはもう知ってるはずよ。だってあなたの魔術は結局みんなそれなんだもの。強化も投影もあなたの固有結界から漏れたものに過ぎない。必要な魔力さえあれば驚くぐらい簡単に歯車が噛み合うと思う。
And this is just crazy.
仮にそうだとしても無理なことに変わりはないだろう。俺には結界を張る魔力も維持する魔力もないんだ。あいつは長い年月をかけて魔術回路を鍛えていったんだろうけど。
分かってる。でも ギルガメッシュも言ってたでしょ。自分で補えないならよそから持ってくるのが魔術師だって。
だから俺にはそんなよそから魔力をもらってくるなんて器用な真似はできないんだって。遠坂みたいに宝石に魔力を貯めているわけでもないし。もしかしてあの宝石を使おうっていうのか。
You imagine Shiro doing gem magic? I don't have a magical element, so I don't think I'd be able to do that. Oh yeah,
それ
Rin
で済む
and
ならとっくに渡してるわ。
Rin and Sakura are
けど
just
私の宝石
prodigies.
は私にしか変換できないから却下。
Right.
でもアプローチとしてはそれしかない。他人の魔力を自分のものとして扱うのにはいろいろと手順があって、現状でできることといったらもうそれぐらいしかないわけだし。
なあ遠坂、どんな考えかぐらい教えてくれないか。これじゃあ相談にも乗れない。
There we go.
そんなことシロに言えるわけないじゃない。
Huh. Seems she thought of something she can't tell me about.
なんでもないの。方法はいくつか考えられるんだけど、その中で可能性の低いものを取捨選択していただけで。
そうなのか。それでいい考えがあるのか。
率直に言うと私とあなたの問題、魔力の蓄えのある魔術師同士をつないでやりくりする方法よ。
俺と遠坂の間にパスを通して魔力の融通をする。
そう。シロに固有結界を使うための魔力量が足りなくても私にはある。あなたには
Which
私
is
の魔
crazy.
力を使ってギルガメッシュと戦ってもらう。その間に私とセイバーが聖杯を破壊する。こっちにはセイバーがいるんだから、私の魔力が多少減っても戦力は拮抗するわ。
I can restrain Gilgamesh with my reality marble. As long as there are no other masters or servants left, the Holy Grail will be wide open. And not just like Tosca as well as Saber, our chances of success might be pretty high.
しかしだな、その前の段階が難しいというか、俺はパスの通し方なんてわからない。
そんなの承知の上でよ。その方法を考えるのが私の役目なんだし。
Tosca falls deep into thought for some reason. She doesn't look very happy.
パスの通し方だけど、即効性があって魔力の融通が可能となると方法は数えるほどしかない。一番有効なのは魔術回路をお互いに移植すること。
Transplant magic circuits? Magic circuits are like a second nervous system. It could be called the Magus itself. Magus' mechanism that uses odd to operate mana. Say the time comes when a future descendant attains mysteries. In order for them to have the basic ability to be able to use that theory, this living inheritance is added to over the generations. You could say it's like blood and bone that strengthens through accumulation.
魔術回路って俺たちの中にあるあれか。
そう。魔術師の本質をお互いに移植すればこれほど確実なパスはないわ。相手の回路の一部が自分のものになればそこへ魔力を伝えることは造作もない。
Her brief explanation contains some guilt as well. That's natural. If we do something as drastic as transplanting magic circuits, there's no knowing what might happen. A person who gives up their magic circuits is giving up their status as a magus. But if this will settle things, then I won't hesitate.
よし、俺の魔術回路を移植しよう。なんだよ遠坂。
気持ちは嬉しいけど却下。だって意味ないものそれ。
Oh, Shiro. Just like that. I had prepared myself, but she quickly rejected my suggestion.
なんで？
いい？そもそも魔力を融通するのはシローの固有結界を使うためでしょ。なのにシローの魔術回路を減らしてどうするのよ。私の魔力とシローの全魔術回路を使って初めてあの固有結界は実現できるんだから。
I see. I'm the one who will be using the reality marble. To give shape to that immense illusion that erodes away the world, I need to completely open my magic circuits. Transplanting those circuits to Tosca to make a path and consequently not having enough circuits to perform magic would be putting the cart before the horse.
わかった。手間暇かけて戦力ダウンしているようなものよ、シロ。
すまない。そこまで考えが及ばなかった。
いいわ、そんなに謝らなくても。今の返答、それなりに予想してたし。ま、即答だったのは予想外だったけど。
じゃあ、遠坂の魔術回路を俺に？
But that's...
確かにシローの回路を私に移植するより逆の方が戦力は確保できる。でも移植の儀式をするのは私。魔術回路を使いながらその回路自体を減らしていくだなんていうのは術そのものの安定が確保できない。使い魔の契約ほど形式化していれば安全性は確保できるけど、魔術師同士のパスのためなんてのはあんまり例がないことだし。
共倒れになるかもしれないってことか。
そう。あなたの魔術回路を私がもらうのは論外。私の魔術回路をあなたにあげるのは惜しい不正解ってところね。だからあなたに私の魔術刻印を移植する。
A magic crest. A bloodline's history in which all its secrets and mysteries are written. If magic circuits are blood and bone, then the magic crest would be the flesh. A magic crest is magic given form. The proof of a single magus's existence as the family's head spends a lifetime giving intangible magic a form. As the inheritor of a magic crest, Tosca can use the magic given shape by the past family heads.
いや、それは。
分け与えるということなら魔術刻印の方が何倍も楽よ。魔術回路と違って本当に受け渡すためのものだから。まあ魔術回路ほど私そのものでもないけど、遠坂の家系でできているものだしパスとして使う分には十分よ。
それは本当に？
本当だってば。刻印化している魔術はまあ使い物にならなくなるけど、受信装置としての役割ぐらいになら作り変えられるわよ。ああ、それとも成功率の話？一族じゃない人間に魔術刻印を移植できるかってこと？
ああ、それも一応気になるけど。
大丈夫、任せなさい。きっかり白をバックアップしてセイバーと3人で勝ち残って聖杯を手に入れるから。もう決めたことだもの。ここ一番の失敗も今回ばかりはねじ伏せてやるわ。
She asserts it brightly with a beaming smile. With that, I knew that it was wrong of me to be worried, because she's removing her magic crest. With her own hands, she will erase her bloodline's greatest desire. That fact, Tosca easily laughs at it without showing a hint of regret, and I've seen that strength many times now.
何よ、急に物分かりいい顔して。
Gotta love Rin.
私の顔なんか変？
ああ、そうだな。初めて教会に行った時と同じだ。なんていうか、遠坂のいいところって分かりづらいよな。
失礼な言い草ね。それで思い出したけど、あの時私って変な顔してたの？
That fateful night when I summoned Saber. That chair. When I was feeling sick in the church, Tosca's expression as she showed sincere concern for someone who was nothing but an enemy helped me more than I can say. I don't have room to talk, but Tosca turned out to be a better person than average.
まあ、変な顔だった。俺、あの時はまだ遠坂のことを優等生だって思ってたし、あんな顔するなんて思わなかった。
どうせ猫かぶりで冷酷な女ですよ。わかりづらくて悪かったわね。
That's what saved me. She's soft-hearted but a realist with a strong heart that casts away her own weakness. She bottles her doubts and pain inside of her and moves forward magnificently enough to dazzle those around her.
ね、それはいいけど、なんでジロジロこっち見るのよ。
ああ、そっか。ちょい見とれてたみたいだ。今更だけどさ、そういう遠坂だから俺は好きになったんだなって。
Look at this. I was like, what's that white behind me? That's the light from outside. Anyway, this is sweet though. He just outright said it. So I can't lose either. Tosca generously, nonchalantly said she would transfer her magic crest to me, so I'll respond with utmost confidence for her sake.
好きって今はそういう話をしてる場合じゃないけど、聞いてあげるぐらいなら構わないというか。
Tosca's fists are clenched. Good, she's full of fighting spirit, so she must realize how prepared I am.
ああ、分かってる。時間もないし、無駄話をしている暇はないよな。さ、早く移植を始めよう。具体的にはどうすればいいんだ、トサカ。
え？
Her mouth falls open. That's weird. Did I say something strange just now?
なんだよ。なんか都合の悪いことでも
Got
思い出
this
してし
shaking.
まったか。
For example, some kind of jinx that means the ritual will fail if we do it at this hour?
別にちょっと頭痛がするだけ。慣れたつもりだったけど、エミヤ君の巡りの悪さを甘く見ていたわ。ほんと今に始まったことじゃないからいいけどね。言葉自体はまあ悪くなかったからよしにしといてあげるわ。
Question mark. Turning away ostentatiously, Tosca pulls some small objects out of her luggage.
はい、とりあえずこれ飲んで。痛み止めみたいなものだから。
おう。
Put the pill into my mouth. Tosca turns off the light in the room and begins etching some kind of design into the floor. Dolphins? I wait like this for 5 minutes. After finishing the preparations, Tosca sits down on the bed.
それでトサカ、俺はどうすればいいんだ。
It's not that she didn't hear me. Tosca furrows her brow in a strangely awkward expression.
なんだよ。言いにくいことなのか。覚悟はできてるからな。大抵の無茶なら驚かないさ。
That's what it means to trust her. Tosca nods in assent and then...
じゃあ言いにくいんだけど、とりあえず服を脱ぎなさい。
In a strained voice, she gives an unfamiliar order. Voice? Time to confirm the situation. The room's lights are off. Tosca is sitting on the bed with her face down, strangely nervous. Though it's a bit late to confirm this, I think Tosca's soft-looking body and extremely supple legs are sensational. And... she ordered me to take off my clothes.
そこ変な誤解しない。単に服を脱げって言っただけでしょ。私だって脱ぐんだから公平だし。
She yells at me. I see, I think, withdrawing my strange expectation.
トサカも脱ぐ。
I don't think that leaves much room for weird ideas or misunderstandings.
だから境界しない。服を脱ぐのは体温を伝えやすくするためで、それ以上の意味はないんだから。いい？魔術刻印の移植には高度な共感状態にならないといけないのよ。そのためにも余分なものはできるだけ剥ぎ取っておかないとダメでしょ。
ああ、なるほど。
That's right. I don't know what a magic crest transplant is all about, but transplant probably means something like a medical transplant, so we'd need to expose our skin.
ちゃんと説明してくれればいいのに。上だけでいいんだよな。
当たり前でしょ。下まで脱いだらそこの火が投げつけるから。
The scary part is that she probably would. I take off my shirt. She's given me treatment several times, but I'm still kind of embarrassed. Dude, you're ripped. What? I hear a deep breath in the dim light, probably Tosaka's.
じゃあ次ね。シロ、ちょっとあっち向いてて。
そうか。トサカも脱がなきゃいけないのか。
He doesn't answer. Her silence must be an affirmative answer. I turn around and fall silent. While I'm turned around, I take a deep breath to keep myself calm. I'm going to take over Tosca's magic crest and make a path between us. I'll borrow Tosca's magical energy in order to invoke the reality marble to defeat that servant. So this is just part of the process of that long and arduous battle. As long as I understand that, I should be able to shut out any unnecessary worldly thoughts.
いいわよ、シロ。
My heart skips a beat. I slowly turn around. Then, I know it's rude, but I unintentionally knit my brows.
登坂なんだその気合の入らない脱ぎ方は。
Tosca took off her clothes, but it doesn't feel like she put any effort into it. That's fucking hilarious.
何よ、不満だっていうの？
不満というよりバランスが悪いというか、だいたいこっちは上着を全部取ってるのに登坂はそれだけだと比率が合わないし、どうもシンメトリーじゃないのは落ち着かない。
It's only fair, I guess.
わかった。両足とも脱げばいいのね。こやつ、思いもよらずマニアックな。
Well, probably for the best that I don't inquire as to what she's talking about.
いいけど、儀式を行うのは登坂だし、それで成功するっていうなら文句はない。
そりゃ脱がない分難度は上がるけど、だって全部見せちゃうのもったいないというか。
Tosca mutters to herself. Thankfully, I've got my hands full keeping calm, so I can't argue with Tosca.
じゃあシロ、もう一度後ろ向いてて。
Oh yeah, she totally likes him. I turn around and she mumbles. This time the rustling of Tosca's clothes goes on longer. One more time I command my heart to remember that this is a serious ritual. Even if Tosca's dressed immodestly, everything will be ruined if I let my mind race.
今度はこれでどう？シロ。
Tosca's voice is trembling. I take a long look at her. The light of the lamp softly illuminates her body. Her thin shoulders and neck, the lines of her collarbone are beautifully drawn. That's meta.
どう？これで満足？
I'm relieved that Tosca is still belligerent even when she's so beautiful. My face relaxes and I may be smiling without meaning to.
文句なし。逆にこっちがきつい。
I hide my face with my hand and take a deep breath. My face is probably red, so I'll seem nervous unless I hide it.
その顔を見れただけでアイコにしとく。じゃあシロ、こっち来て。
Tosca beckons me from atop the bed. We sit across from one another. The bed bounces slightly under our weight. Neither of us speak a word and we take another deep breath. The ritual to transfer Tosca's magic crest is about to begin. We move closer together and I stiffen my restless mind. I clear my head and concentrate.
始めるわ。シロの胸にこれを当てて。
She extends her left arm where the magic crest is. Her arm is exposed and the pattern on her upper arm emerges faintly as it fills with magical energy.
同調した後にシロの魔術回路に魔術刻印を移植する。魔術刻印は筆記他人の体。植え付けられるのは異物を盛り込まれることだから、体は拒絶反応を示すかもしれないわ。
わかった。そういう
Yeah,
あなた
he
には
is.
慣れてる。
If anyone. This is cute. That's what training my magic circuits always meant to me. Forcing a foreign second nerve into me and controlling it, though I'm not sure if a magic crest is the same sort of thing.
そうね。体に無茶させるのは慣れてるんだっけ。
Tosca lets out a laugh as if remembering my absurd training method has made her ease up. However,
それはそれとして、変なことしたら殺すからね。
she suddenly narrows her eyes and glares at me.
変なことって例えば。
She ignores me. She draws close to me, our shoulders almost colliding. It's like I'm hugging Tosca's left hand to my chest. Tosca's breath is on the nape of my neck. Not just a deep breath, but
清く将来。刻印制御。第一、第16、停止。
my breathing trembles as she says her spell. This song, though. I can feel the magical energy coursing through Tosca's body through her hand. Her slender fingers are upon my chest, my heartbeat, and Tosca's pulse.
名役を刻む。一つ、二つ、三つ、四つ、五つ、六つ、数えなく。
I close my eyes and try to deepen my concentration. The pulse and waves, and waves overlap. Tosca is the one uniting them, and I maintain the rhythm. This is gonna be the thumbnail. I unify my mind and keep my mind clear like I do when I train. That's all I can do since I have no experience in sympathizing.
小さく大きく大きく広く発症
My eyes are shut so tightly as if they're sewn shut. My sense of smell dulls and my tongue tastes nothing. My body's senses are going out of whack. I can't tell if I'm sitting or standing. On the other hand, Tosca's touch feels hot. I can't differentiate my own pulse from Tosca's waves. I hallucinate someone gripping my heart. I imagine myself gripping someone's heart. I grope around with my fingers to check the feeling of the palm being transmitted to me. My ears still work and I hear that voice. No, my body is so unclear that I can't tell if that was my body or if what I just heard was Tosca's voice. That breathing sounds like someone is in pain. I know it's not my own breathing I'm hearing, so I listen carefully.
ちょっと真面目にやりなさいよシロ
I get scolded from inside myself. I try to ask what this means, what's happening.
今は同調の初期段階よだから感覚が入れ替わって混乱しているこれから本番が来るわよ集中しないと共有感覚に弾かれるから
That's all I hear before suddenly losing sight of myself. Feels like my body is turned into paper that is being folded up. It's being slowly, carefully put away, but time has stopped in the outside world, so from the outside it must look like it's happening at the speed of light. There's no end to the stowing and reduction. Any flat object should have a limit to how many times it can be folded no matter how wide its surface area, but my body is being shut up deeper and deeper. I feel the vision is turning blue. The world before I was folded up is red. I'm floating. I'm falling but floating and the world is passing by me at high speed. Oh, we're gonna see some high jumps soon. And I try to reach out my hand to get used to this fast yet frozen world, unless that's anime only, I don't know. I realized that my arms were already folded up. That's worrying. I got rid of the excess things and the things I don't need here, but it's a problem if I don't have my limbs. I can't recognize myself. So the first thing I should do isn't to affirm the world, but to hypothesize my own form. Dolphins! I clench both my hands. Even if only hypothetically I recognize my own self. There is no top or bottom, no sky or earth. I'm floating in a blue celestial sphere. It's peaceful. Not in terms of sound, but rather the entire shape is peaceful and complete. Time is passing outside. The outside is entirely filled by this blue sea. There's nothing inside the celestial sphere. In other words, from the perspective of the blue sea, the sphere itself is the sky. I would love to have a room of just this. I don't know how that would be possible, but I would sit in that room all day. A world egg. Has this sphere been covered with a shell? Or have the exterior and interior been reversed? Is this everything born from nothing, or nothing forced out from everything? Inverted, the celestial sphere continues to turn. Time continues to turn. An intangible thing that took form over many months and years. There's no repeated form and no different life. A phenomenon shared by everything. Things of the same form gather and give shape to entirely different laws. Each rare cause displays a great effect. Beautiful, they're just like fish traversing the sea. There's no will in this complete world. No persistence or defense, no symbiosis or antagonism. Anything that comes here is taken as intent. If I am a foreign substance come to exploit it, then they will respond naturally. A remarkably long time passes. The assembly of the crest draws the design of the foreign substance. But what requires caution is... it inverts. I see an illusion. A hidden past passes through, one that is not my own. Here we go. Oh, I see an old memory. The morning of parting with a certain person, someone else's memory of being sent to a holiday villa far from Fuyuki because of the beginning of a conflict. What requires caution is, no matter what the intent behind the reaction is, to the human consciousness, the process they are carrying out is nothing less than divine punishment. In this body that has no need for eyes or brain, I feel dizzy. Information is passing me. So this is cool. This is way more than just high jumps. I return to an old memory. The morning of parting with a certain person. Someone else's memory of seeing off someone who would never hold their hand again. The lines of the magic crest swim around me. They swirl around, searching for the bait that has appeared. There's nothing I can do. There's nothing bait can do to begin with. The only way to produce a result is to observe and accept everything in this way. The transformation is gradual. Time surrounds me like a spiral and passes within me. And corrodes me as if swallowing nothingness. Ooh, man, this is such a trip. Holy shit. Persons, too. Season, winter. Title, farewell. This is like an Evangelion episode. A bouquet is offered up. A young girl stands before a gravestone. Behind her stands a towering priest. No words are spoken. This day, too, the girl firmly bottles up her grief. Foreign substance added. Spiral blade ringing the body. Like a vicious thrush. The transfer of the crest has begun. I observe a gruesome fact. Thankfully, my ability to feel pain has been folded away. As if it is someone else's concern, I watch myself being locked up, bound, dismembered, disassembled, and played with. Flesh is very easily shredded. Bone is very easily whittled. All that is left is a soul that will feel pain for all eternity. It's like one arm's become the leg of an insect. It feels disgusting. This is her pain too. The pain I once heard of carrying the magic crest. I feel respect for her. She holds in this level of discomfort, maybe many times more repulsive, with a brilliant smile. It doesn't feel unpleasant at all. If I think of that, what is there to fear? I touch an even deeper place. In her memories full of nothing but partings, there was one meeting that filled her heart with longing. Oh my gosh. Someone was running in the school grounds. A running high jump. He ran towards a bar over and over. She was watching, for no reason until the sunset, wondering what meaning there was to such a thing. Looking somehow betrayed, looking as though she was seeing something precious, she gazed at the scene for a very long time. That's all there is to the story. An after-school occurrence that could happen anywhere. But to her, it was an indelible childhood memory, something akin to a revolution. Faintly, I recognized the scene too from a day very long ago. Time returns to the outside. The world, I like how it just straight up says it filled her heart with longing. Like, everyone who watched Shiro do the high jumps, aka, which is Sakura and Rin, right? The world is returning to completion. My consciousness, solidified from being folded up so tightly, begins to disappear. Like a bubble bursting on the surface of the sea. Accepting the foreign body in my arm, I'm cut loose from the inside. That's like connecting with someone on like the deepest level. Like, what the fuck? That's so crazy. Like, he saw so much. He felt like the burden of the crest. He saw the beauty of it. Like, it was just so much. My body feels heavy. Still half asleep, I open my eyes and look around aimlessly. My consciousness becomes clear. I think what's been happening a lot lately is I'm very excited that I'm coming toward the end and I'm reading a lot faster and stumbling on words. I need to chill out. I'm lying face up on a bed with my shirt off. My left shoulder is hot and sweaty. When I try to wipe it off with my hand, it stings like a burn. Something feels off, as if I've grown an extra finger. I'm clearly different than I was before now. How much time has passed? Maybe I passed out and overslept and it's been several hours. So she is here. Good, I thought I overslept. Wait. I think I might be getting glared at here.
もちろん成功したわよ。 申し分ないぐらいバッチリ、後遺症なんて出ないぐらいきっかり。そういうのが得意だった綺麗だって、我が弟子ながらよくやったーって陰険に褒めるぐらい完璧に。
Ah, Akire. I can't wait for Heaven's Feel. Guess that means it worked really well. Just one problem, Tosca doesn't seem boastful or proud. Actually, she's mad. Really mad. She's sulking like she's about to blow her top. Looks like the situation has gone kinda bad. I need to catch on to why she feels this way and calm her down as quickly as possible, but unworthy student that I am, I can't even figure out what my master is angry about. My upper arm throbs with pain. It's a weird sensation, like a deep cut combined with a burn. So cool. There's no doubt about it. The design is branded on my left shoulder. It gives off a faint blue light, not unlike Tosca's magic crest.
トサカ、これが。
ええ、私から移植した魔術刻印よ。もうただの回路になって、元の魔術の痕跡もないけどね。
そうか。いや、すごいな。もっと痛むと思ったのに全然痛みがない。かすかに重いぐらいか。
それも時期になれるわ。魔力をつなげるだけのパスだから、人体にもそう影響はないはずだし。刻印、いえ、回路の方が体に擬態していくから、半年もすれば何も感じなくなる。
そうか。じゃあこれで。
移植は完了。基本的には私からシロへの一方通行で、そっちから魔力を送ることはできないわ。今の段階でできるのは私の魔力を送ることだけ。ここからはあなたの頑張り次第よ。固有結界を作る魔力はこれでクリアしたんだから、あとは。
Me. All that's left is for me to activate all my magic circuits and successfully create the reality marble.
そうだな。ありがとう、トサカ。魔術刻印、ありがたくもらっておく。
当然よ。ごめんなんて言わせないわ。お金にしたらもう超クラス。一生ものの貸しなんだから。
そりゃ確かに一生ものだ。で、どうしてそんなにトサカは怒ってるんだ？
見たでしょ。
え？
Saw what? It couldn't be. I was totally blank during the ritual, but did I actually push Tosca down or something?
また、なんかしたのか、俺。
だから見たでしょ、このけだもの。
けだもの。
No way, did I really do something that would make me deserve to be called that? No, it can't be. I mean, the bed doesn't look very messed up, and if something like that had happened, I wouldn't be alive now anyway.
そうだ。
Good point.
第一、儀式中は俺の目は機能してなかったっていうか、ほとんど真っ白だったし、見たものといえば魔術回路っぽいイメージと。
Ah, does that mean Tosca was talking about that? The illusions I glimpsed. It's not unusual to see visions at the depths of someone's mind when in a sympathized state. It must be the same thing as me seeing Saber's dreams of the heroic spirit Emiya's. I slapped my knee in understanding. In that case, what I'm most curious about is that one. That dusky schoolyard that didn't fit in with the other dreams.
あれだ、トサカ変な夢見てただろ。どこかの学校の校庭でバカみたいに棒高跳びしてるやつを
Some guy like an
ずっと
idiot.
日が暮れるまで見ていたの。あれって一体なんだ？
Before I can finish, a pillow smacks me in the face. It's like a slash combined with a full swing. A satisfactory blow that Saber or Fujine would admire. There's one problem. The normally fluffy pillow has such an impact and damage that it's as if it's filled with water. Rin is strong.
トサカ、何を？
うるさいうるさいうるさい。
She pursues me with the pillow. Tosca hits me repeatedly with overhead swings of the pillow in her immodest state.
なんか魔力込めてないか、それ。いいからやめろ。変だぞ。何がどうしたんだ？
うるさいけだもの。人の秘密を覗き見ておいて何ふんぞり返ってるのよ。
ちょっと待て。秘密ってあんなのがか？
I shout in surprise and receive a direct hit to the face from the opening in my guard. An agonizing pillow uppercut. Combined with the fatigue from the transfer, I'm knocked down again. Tosca must still be angry as she grabs the back of my neck and drags me across the floor.
いいわよ。いつかこっちから恥ずかしい記憶を覗き返してやるんだから。その時は土下座をしても許さないわよ。
それは勘弁。もしかして。
I wasn't able to ask after all. She tosses me out of the room by my neck.
エミヤくん、女の子にはいろいろ支度があるから、自分の部屋に戻っててくれない？
With that mean grin of hers, Tosca slams the door. Pushed into the hallway without my shirt, I stare blankly at the door.
バカ言うな。男にだっていろいろあるぞ。
I stand up, still clutching my dizzy head. I want to say something bad to Tosca on the other side of the door, but I give up. In the end, I wasn't able to ask what the scene I saw meant to Tosca.
まあ、あれだけ嫌がるってことは何か特別な意味のあることなんだろうし。
Muttering stupidly to myself, I go back to my room. It was probably just an excuse for Tosca to kick me out, but it's true that there's no time. Date has already changed. There's probably less than an hour left before we head to the temple.
確かに。
I love this song so much. I close my eyes and feel the magical energy pouring into me. Tosca isn't consciously supplying me with magical energy yet, but it's already enough to fill me up. If Miyashiro's magical energy capacity is 20 or 30, she always has 500 magical energy. Sure, it would take years to fill up her whole capacity, but I bet her maximum capacity could reach 1,000.
驚いた。あいつ、本当にすごいやつだったんだ。
It makes me realize her greatness again. Well, she's exhausted right now, and most magi only keep about 80% of their magical energy, so Tosca has about 400 magical energy right now. That's still a huge amount. I use about 2 magical energy to use 1 strengthening magic, and about 5 magical energy to use 1 projection magic. Using that example, I can use my projection magic dozens of times now when I could only do it 6 times before.
ま、いくら燃料があっても、乗り物が安物ならオーバーヒートするんだろうけど。
This has greatly increased my power. Might even be able to beat that King of Heroes with this. All that's left is...
あと1時間。それまで、ゆっくり体を休めないと。
I'll rest and recover my mental and physical energy for the final battle at the Ryudo Temple. Ryudo. Everything is set. I'll fully prepare myself since Tosca has given me her magic crest and opened up her heart to me. Oh. Yeah, that was a deeply intimate moment, and she was not prepared for that. Eden, let's go. Actually, I'm going to take a brief break here since it's already been about an hour of playing, so feel free to skip ahead in the VOD, and I will be right back. Actually, I'll click forward so there's some music. Oh, this is a good one. Okay. I'll be right back. Okay. Let's do this. I turn off the lights in my house. It's 4 in the morning. With dawn still a few hours away, we leave the Emiya household. Everything is arranged already. There's nothing to talk about now. We just need to go to battle and fulfill our roles. There's no guarantee that we'll come back alive. No, that has been the case all along, but there's less of a guarantee this time. That's why I'm carefully turning off all the lights. There's someone standing in the yard. Oh, Saber. The golden-haired girl is just standing there looking up at the night sky.
おい、何してるんだ、セイバー。
空を見ていました。それとこの家を。
Her reply is gentle. She is looking at the house with an expression different from the first time I met her.
いろいろありましたから。ずっと覚えていられるように。
Oh.
心に焼き付けておきたかった。
It is the voice of one prepared not to return.
そっか。できればずっと覚えていてくれ。
I make a clumsy wish from the porch.
はい。では私からもお願いします。あなたたちは私が守る。ですから必ず二人でこの家に戻ってください。
ああ、必ず戻るよ。ここに。
That's all I can manage to say. We're going to go destroy the Holy Grail, and at the same time, Servant Saber will be returning to her original place. Even if I want her to stay here, and even if Saber is attached to this house, as long as she is a servant, she cannot go against the law.
ちょっとそこ何してんのよ。時間がないんだから急ぎなさいよね。
A voice urges us from the entrance. Tosca must be waiting at the gate, ready to go.
では、シロ。
ああ、決着をつけに行こう、セイバー。
I turn off the last light and leave the house with Saber. A quiet night. The illusion of the girl staring up at the stars is still lingering in the yard. Uh-oh. The plan goes like this. Saber will head into the Rilo temple from the front while Tosca and I sneak in from the back. Saber will enter before us so that she can get Gilgamesh's attention. We will use that opening to sneak in, quickly destroy the Holy Grail, and go help Saber. We'll keep Gilgamesh at bay by projecting his noble phantasms, allowing Saber to finish him off. That is the only plan we have. It is a path that you can barely call a road. Tosca must have researched it beforehand as she goes up without hesitation. At night, the mountain is dark and ominous. It is natural for the sacred mountain to reject people. The dark mountain is threatening, but it is an embodiment of the pure gods at the same time. But
尋常じゃないわね、これ。生臭すぎて吐き気がする。
Tosca stares up at the summit where the Riro temple is. Smelling bloody is just a phrase Tosca used. There's no smell of blood coming from the mountain. It just feels strange. The air is damp and it sticks to the skin like a membrane. The place is suffused with a life force so strong that I can't tell if the breathing I hear is mine or the mountains. I feel like I'm climbing up a big living organ rather than a mountain.
今更だけど、シロ、体の調子はどう？
Then, Tosca suddenly asked me such a question.
あ、いや、調子はいいんだが、悪いというか、正直持て余してる。
I honestly tell her, I can easily project dozens of weapons with this amount of magical energy. It's like having a jet engine inside of a worn-out plane, so the fuel might leak out and explode if I let my guard down.
うわ、贅沢な悩みね、それ。けど、ちゃんと成功してよかった。初めてだったから心配だったのよ。
心配？もしかして、本当は綱渡りだったのか？あの儀式って。
家庭じゃなくて、その後の話よ。シローに分ける魔力と、セイバーに取られてる魔力のバランス。二人分の掛け持ちなんだから、セイバーの出力が落ちてるのはわかるでしょ？
そうか。そうだよな。じゃあ、セイバー、思うように戦えないのか？
Yeah, Rin is gonna give magical energy for both an Excalibur and an Unlimited Blade Works.
あのね、甘く見ないで。そんな不手際はしないし、セイバーに比べたら、シローに分ける魔力は小さいから、なんとかやっていけるわ。ただ、 無理は効かないの。今のセイバーは一回しか聖剣を使えない。
Right, that makes sense now.
聖剣が一度しか使えない。
Then we can't use the Holy Sword against Gilgamesh. Saber's noble phantasm has to be safe to destroy the Holy Grail.
じゃあセイバーは切り札を封じたままでギルガメッシュの足止めをするのか。
ええ。だから少しでも早く合流しないとまずいわ。セイバーがギルガメッシュを止められないと判断した場合、聖剣を使うようには言ってある。けど、そうしたらセイバーに後はないの。セイバーの聖剣でなければ聖杯は壊せない。だからその時は。
My breathing stops. In short, she will have to use her holy sword at the cost of her existence.
父さん、それは。
仕方ないでしょ。これはセイバーが言い出したことなんだから。私が止めたって彼女は聖杯を壊すわよ。
Tosca murmurs as she looks away. Damn, how stupid of me. It must be hard for Tosca as well. Tosca doesn't want Saber to disappear either. Then,
急ごう。ギルガメッシュにセイバーは渡せない。
当然よ。私のセイバーだもの。あんな奴に殺させないわ。
we run. We know what we have to do. We have to stop the Holy Grail as fast as we can and go settle the match with Gilgamesh. Oh boy. The mountain is rumbling. The sky is filled with dark clouds and the trees are rustling as if shivering with fear. She watches it all at the entrance to the mountain gate. She understood that the little temple was poisoned the instant she approached it. This is Saber, about to fight Kojiro. The golden servant isn't the only one waiting for her at the top of the stairs. Something strange is waiting for her. She cannot afford to make a mistake. If the mountain is a place of death, then she will draw all the risk to herself. She wants the other two to make it out alive. She cannot hold anything back. She can only use her holy sword twice. She understands that she will disappear the instant she activates the holy sword for the second time.
構わない。元より捨て身でなくてはかなわない相手だ。
The king of heroes, Gilgamesh. She cannot think of anything else but to use the holy sword against that man with 1,000 noble phantasms.
じゃあセイバー、30分経ったら始めて。
She recalls Rin's words. It is only one more minute until the appointed time. She breathes out and sets her condition. Wind blows down from the mountaintop. The instant the trees shiver against the evil wind, she starts up the stone steps. She runs up in a flash. Her attack must have been detected the instant she stepped onto the stairs. The last servant should appear at the temple. She will get to him as quickly as possible so she can defeat him before Shiro and Rin arrive. She cannot disobey her master's order. She started off after waiting 30 minutes just as Rin ordered. Even if she arrives at the temple before Rin expects her to, she is not going against Rin's order. It's just that she will protect her master's life and go against Rin's expectation as a result. If the thing leaking out from the mountain is pollution, Saber is a raging wind that blows the pollution away. It should not take her a minute to get to the top. She will be 5 minutes faster than what Rin is expecting. She can end her fight against Gilgamesh in that time. She runs, enduring the mountain's chill. Silver armor shoots up to the temple like a bullet. And when she finally reaches the mountain gate, her feet, which should not stop, come to an unexpected halt. Sweat runs down her forehead. She looks up at the mountain gate in astonishment.
待っていたぞ。よくぞ間に合ってくれた、セイバー。
An elegant voice echoes through the night. Moonlight glints off the longsword. On the stairs leading up to the mountain gate stands an enemy who should not exist.
アサシン。
There is no elegance in Saber's voice. An enemy that should not be there, an obstacle that should not exist. She cannot be calm in the face of these surprises.
どうしたセイバー。私がいるのがそれほど不思議か。私はここの門番だとお前は承知しているはずなのだが。
His pleased voice is calm and composed. The swordsman is acting casually, even with the evil wind swirling about.
バカな。なぜここにいるアサシン。 あなたはキャスターが呼び出したサーバントだ。キャスターが消えた今、あなたがとどまっているはずがない。
通常のサーバントならばそうであろう。だが私はちと特殊でな。この身を縛っているのは人ではなく、このお前たちがマスターと呼ぶよりしろ。私にとってはそれがこの三門ということになる。
土地がよりしろだと。
いかに魔術師といえど実体を持たぬサーバントにサーバントは維持できぬ。サーバントのよりしろはこの時代のものでなければならぬらしい。女狐は私を呼び出し、よりしろにこの土地を選んだ。故に私はこの三門にのみ出現するサーバント。召喚者であるキャスターが滅びたところで、この三門がある限り消えることはない。もっともそれも日雇いに過ぎんがな。女狐が私に与えた魔力はおよそ20日分。その限度がいつかお前ならば見て取れよ。
Saying so, the swordsman raises his right hand. Inside his elegant kimono, his white arm is transparent like glass.
アサシン、あなた
Wow.
見ての通り、夜明けまで持たぬ身だ。20日の刻限などとうに過ぎている。ここまで持ちこたえたことこそ行幸と言えよ。
She looks up at the swordsman in astonishment. Neither enmity nor murderous intent is emitted from his sword. He just wishes for a fight. He is demanding a meaningless battle.
では私と戦うために残ったというのですか、アサシン。
言わせるな、セイバー。口にすればつまらぬ言葉になり下がる。
He laughs. She can understand how he feels, but she does not have the time right now. The other two will make it in time for the battle unless she appears. She hurries. No, in the worst case, they will reach the temple to face Gilgamesh even before she does.
そこをどけ、アサシン。あなたに門番を命じたキャスターは消えた。もはや門を守る意味などあるまい。
Saber asks while she takes a step forward. But
いいな。もとより私に戦う意味などない。
Assassin points his sword at Saber, saying that he will start the fight if she comes any closer.
そう戦う意味などない。私には初めから何もないからな。英霊としての誇りも望むべき願いもない。いや、そもそも私が呼び出されたこと自体が間違いなのだ。何しろこの身は佐々木小次郎などではない。
Saber's confusion reaches its limit. Sasaki Kojiro. It should be the true identity of this servant. But Assassin himself said that he is a fake.
そう驚くことでもあるまい。佐々木小次郎というものはな、も実在したとされるが、記された記録はあまりに不鮮明。ある剣豪の敵役として都合が良い過去を捏造された人々の記録だけで剣豪とされた人物だ。確かに佐々木小次郎という男はいただろう。物干し竿と呼ばれる長刀を持つ武芸者もいたはずだ。だがそれらは一個人のものではない。佐々木小次郎という剣士は引き立て役としてのみ作られた架空の武芸者であったはずだ。
架空の英霊ですが、あなたは。
そう佐々木小次郎だ。佐々木小次郎というからそれを被るに最も適した剣士が私。
Which is so cool. It's I know this is not the same thing, but it's like it kind of reminds me of like pseudo servants in like FGO, where like they themselves like weren't anyone special. They're like characters we know within the Fate universe, but the actual heroic spirit that they're supposed to be just took their form because they're like suited for it. I think that's such a cool idea.
私に7度のみ読み書きなど知らぬし、名前を持つほど余裕のある人間ではなかった。私はただ記録にある佐々木小次郎の秘剣を披露できるという一点で呼び出された亡霊だ。
Wow.
偽りのサーバントである好みは長くは持たぬ。故にキャスターも使い捨てとして扱った。そら、意味など初めからないだろう。たとえここで偉業を成したところで、報酬はすべて佐々木小次郎に与えられる。私には何も返ってこない。無である私にとって、あらゆることは無意味だ。この身は自分すら定かではない。佐々木小次郎という役柄を演じるだけの名のない使い捨ての剣士に過ぎる。
His longsword wavers. The fictional swordsman created by a fictional story blocks her way as if to fulfill his role.
だが、その私にも唯一意味があるとすれば、無名のまま死んでいった私にもし望みがあったとしたら。
He must have. He must have dreamed of a match with a superior swordsman who he could not have been allowed to witness as a nameless swordsman.
アサシン、
She readies her sword. She cannot convince her enemy. The only way she can answer the swordsman who is prepared for his death is to fight him.
では始めよう。なに、元より花と散る好み。その際にそなたで迎えられるのであらば、これ以上の幕はあるまい。
His longsword moves. Saber's sword repels the strike like moonlight. His longsword wavers. She cannot match Gilgamesh if she uses up her powers here. She cannot afford to hold back. No, she does not know if she can win, even if she uses all her powers. His longsword gets more fierce with each blow. A fictional swordsman. A swordsman who can match a heroic spirit without a noble phantasm. She must settle her match with him right here and now. So cool. Mountaintop is near. We'll reach the back of the temple once we climb up this mountain. I think there's a big lake there.
見えた。あともう少し。
Yes, that lake. Tosca pushes her way through the branches and runs up the hill. I keep watch on our surroundings as I follow behind Tosca. And so, it greets us the instant we make our way from the hill onto level ground.
なんだこれは。
A lump of meat is wriggling around. The thing in the middle of the lake spews out black blood and shakes as if asking for help. How big is that thing? Already as big as an island, the pile of flesh is slowly expanding. The clear water is now dirty and sticky like coal tar.
嘘だろ。あれが聖杯だっていうのか。
I avert my gaze, unable to stare directly at it. The air on this mountain is that thing's breath. The infinitely flowing magical energy is making that lump of meat explode, and the black blood is polluting the lake. The blood isn't just colorless energy. The black thing is a visible curse. Just looking at the black mud gives me chills. The curse seeps into my brain through my eyes, ordering me to... Wow, and that is all.
聞いてないぞ。あんなのどうやって。
Stop such a thing. The distance is about 30 meters. The lake is shallow and it'd be easy to walk in it. But it's suicidal to go into that mud. Just looking at the curse is almost enough to knock one unconscious. I'll weaken and sink into the mud if I walk a meter into it.
あれ、破裂寸前よ。元からああいう形なのかどうかは知らないけど、器があんまりにも小さすぎたんでしょうね。中のものを抑えきれず、器を壊して溢れ出ようとしてる。
器を壊すって、それは。
神事が聖杯になってるなら、神事を壊すってことでしょうね。ほら、見える？あの山の奥、なんか人型らしきものがあるでしょ。 シロなら確認できると思うんだけど。
I look where Tosca is looking. In the expanding pile of flesh, I certainly see something shaped like a human. He looks like he's been crucified. His clothes have been torn off, leaving him naked. Visible against his skin, the blood vessels writhe like centipedes, connecting him to the meat. It looks bizarre, as if grapevines took a human form.
シンジ。顔は見えないけど、あの背格好は間違いない。
そうで、生きてる？
I can't tell. He's not dead, but I'm not optimistic enough to say that he's alive in that condition.
息はある。体だってまだ。
I can't even say that he has human limbs in a way.
やっぱりね。もともと今回の聖杯は人型だった。なら人間っていう部品を利用して動かすってことでしょ。シンジは合わないからああなったみたいだけど、基本的に聖杯は宿主に生きていてもらわないと作動しない。
けどあれは破裂寸前なんだろう。核になっているシンジを壊すって。
それは仕方なくよ。そうなったら聖杯も何もない。ただ聖杯によって開けられた穴からあの得体の知れないものが溢れてくるだけだから、逆に言えばまだ間に合うわ。聖杯は起動しているけど、願望機っていう本来の姿になってなければ壊れてもいない。あの金ピカは穴だけを開けるって言ってたでしょ。あいつの目的は聖杯を起動させて器だけ壊すことなのよ。そうすれば
今みたいにあの得体の知れない泥が際限なく溢れ出てくる。
There's no time to think. We have to pull Shinji out of that thing and stop the Holy Grail.
トサカ、あの泥なんとかできるか。凍らせちまえば上を歩けそうだけど。
What an interesting idea.
無理。ただの水ならいけるけど、あれはもう呪いに加工された魔力なのよ。形になった魔術を凍らせるなんて、そんなの氷結専門の術者で難しいわ。
そうか。なら、
I guess I'll just have to pray and run through it. I'll cross the lake before I get cursed and bring back Shinji.
そのままで行く気？無理よ。あなたじゃいいとこ真ん中で飲み込まれるってば。
Well, if Fate Route Shiro can endure the mud, maybe let's not experience that again.
やってみなくちゃわからないだろう。もう時間がない。セイバーも今頃あいつと戦ってるはずだ。ここで躊躇している暇は。
I quickly turned, moving to protect Tosaka.
これは驚いた。まさか三度もその不出来な顔を見るとはな。雑種。
Zashoot. A laugh. He peers here as if he knows of our plan.
ギルガメッシュ。嘘。なら誰と戦ってるのよ、セイバーは。
Seems Saber is fighting someone from what Tosca is saying, but I can't tell who she's fighting nor how she's faring. No, this isn't the time to be thinking about such things. The one before us is the worst possible enemy. He's the strongest servant, the one the three of us had planned to beat together. But only Tosca and I face him now.
何？セーバーは不在か。つまらん。それではただ殺すだけか。
Coldness emanates from the sea of mud, and the man before me gives off a murderous intent. He already has the noble phantasms ready behind him. I'll be skewered the instant I carelessly take a step forward.
いいや。それでは芸がないな。本来なら有無を言わせぬが、今回は特別に許す。せっかくの客だ。そのせいにわずかばかりの猶予をやろう。
And this is like Gil and Kirei are just so like no, this wouldn't be so entertaining. I'm going to do this because I want to see what happens. I clench my fist as I glare at the enemy. My magic circuit is open. I managed to form 14 blueprints in my head, dude. I'll reproduce his swords once he clicks his fingers. I should be able to let Tosca escape.
なんだ。言われなくてはわからんのか。眉が帰るまでの数分、そこでかかしになるがいい。あれも見届ける者が俺だけでは寂しかろう。
So weird to see modern Gil here while watching the Babylonia anime and seeing how mature and fair Caster Gil is. I mean, to be fair, this Gil is giving them a grace period, but just for his like own amusement. I can't listen to him. Our goal is to stop the Holy Grail. If we can still make it, we have to get Shinji back.
悪いがこっちは
あんたの言いなりになんてならない。今すぐあの日会に行ってあんたの聖杯を止めてやるわ。
Then, Tosca glares at Gilgamesh from behind me. He grins. He smiles like that when he decides to kill the one in front of him.
待てトサカそれは
シロはここであいつを止めて無茶だって分かってるけどセイバーが来るまでなんとか持ちこたえてシンジは私が責任を持って引っ張り出してくるから
And so everyone has their mission.
引っ張り出してくるってお前
分かってるわよ。あんなんでもさくらの兄貴だし見殺しにはできないもの。それに助けられるのなら助けるのが
He's got a point,
シロ
Shiro.
の心情でしょ。
Granted, it's still fuck Shinji, but you know, still. Tosca runs to the Black Lake. Is she going to go into that mud? Oh my gosh, that face. No matter what version of Gil is, still has a great laugh.
なんだその滑稽さは。俺を笑い死にさせるつもりか貴様ら。
I'm expecting one of the people in the ziggurat to run up. I heard you laughing, Lord. He laughs as if to look down at Tosca's determination.
何がおかしい
なんだ。お前はおかしくないのか雑種。とんだ三流どもだ。あの呪いの中を進むだと。サーバントですら耐えられぬ呪いの渦を人間風情が踏破できるとでも思ったか。
Well, apparently a human and a servant went through that. Gil?
私の底を甘く見ないで。この程度の呪いで染まるほど弱くないわ。それにね、私たちはあんたみたいに反霊体ってわけじゃない。ちゃんと生身のある人間なんだから、むざむざ飲み込まれてたまるもんか。
It's an obvious bluff, but I'm sure that Tosca will make it across. She got them legs. As she says, Toscarine isn't so weak as to lose to that curse.
そうか。ならば好きにしろ。もっとも。俺はそんな真似は許さんがな。トレス。
The sword shoots forward. The sword flies through the air to pierce Tosca's defenseless, damn it, back. Trace off. And it is slashed down by Kancho. I breathe hard. I made it. Even though I was prepared, this is the fastest projection I've ever done. It's probably thanks to Tosca's magical energy. With this, I might be able to... Murderous rage fills his red eyes. The projection made him serious. The noble phantasms behind his back increase in number.
シロ、
I hear Tosca's worried voice. I don't turn around but stare at my enemy with Kancho in hand.
トサカシンジを頼む
That's all I say.
任せて。すぐに連れ帰ってくる。
I hear a splashing sound. Tosca goes into that mud without any hesitation. Crazy. And now protect her. I won't allow a single noble phantasm to get past me.
お前の相手は俺だトサカに手を出したかったらまず俺を倒しやがれ
I take a step forward. That must have gotten on his nerves. The golden servant takes his eyes off Tosca and looks at me.
あの小娘はのたれ死ぬ。俺が手を下すのはあくまで慈悲だったのだ。
Wow. The noble phantasms point at me. You know what? Gil is just always so interesting. He lets out a sharp, murderous intent.
その前に貴様には思い知らせる必要があるようだ。薄汚い贋作者。その身をもって真偽の違いを知るがいい。
He releases his treasures unsparingly. The longsword slashes through the darkness. Saber has yet to be able to close in on her enemy that freely swings his longsword. Unable to dodge, she retreats. The distance between the two does not shrink. There is 1 meter between Saber and Assassin, but Saber is unable to climb the few steps. Ooh, this song. She bites her lip. She cannot waste any time. She surpasses him in power. She can overpower him if she uses her magical energy and her sword as a shield. Just one blow. She can overpower him if she can withstand just one blow. It can be her arm or leg. If she does not allow the wound to slow her, there will be no second attack. She can surely slash Assassin after she receives his blow. But if the attack is to come for her neck, she cannot overpower him. All of the servant's attacks are of that kind. All are meant to take her life. Retreat is the only defense against them. She cannot move forward because of the enemy's technique, and the geographical disadvantage does not allow her to move to either side. She cannot move forward because of those reasons. You must reach the temple alive. The two are fighting Gilgamesh even at this moment. They might die if she is late. No, in the worst case, they are already... She runs. She rushes upward, yelling as if to deny the ominous thought. The two weapons collide. For some reason, Assassin swings his sword not at the charging Saber, but at the swinging sword. Yeah, that's the thing about katanas, right? They're pretty fragile. Sparks fly off. The swords try to push each other away. Assassin's sword is fragile. It is a good sword that can even cut steel, but it is made by a human. It cannot even be compared to her sword that is not made by men. His longsword would be pulverized if he used his power to strike back at the oncoming attack. That is why Assassin has parried the attacks and pushed back Saber by attacking her body instead of her sword until now. But Assassin blocked this attack. Assassin's sword cannot block Saber's attack no matter how strong he is. The longsword that blocks Saber's attack is bent. There's no way it's as sharp as it was before. Saber asks herself while she pushes back Assassin's longsword. That question becomes an opening. There's a reason why Assassin blocked her sword. She's standing in that position before she realizes it. Their positions are different. They are now standing on the same level. Before she realizes it, Saber has been forced to fight sideways. It is just like before. They are standing on the same plane. This is the position he needs to execute his secret technique. Assassin is able to execute his demonic attack here. Tsubame Gaishi. 3 arcing blades closing in on the enemy from all sides, allowing no chance for defense or evasion. A chill runs up her back. Saber stops pushing. She can push him back. She can push Assassin back with her strength and follow up with the finishing blow or run up to the mountain gate. But it will be the same either way. That attack will come the instant she pushes him away. It will end once he executes his technique. It does not matter if she runs up to him or if she turns her back and runs up the mountain. So she cannot push him. She can only loosen up and match Assassin's push. Assassin stares at Saber in satisfaction. There's no inhumane emotion there. The swordsman is just fascinated by her eyes, trying to find some way out of this hopeless situation. She gasps. Assassin's words are not to insult her, but... The compound is burning. Sounds of swords clashing and breaking. It is the sound of battle between Gilgamesh and Shiro. Puts power into her arms. She puts magical energy into her sword to push her enemy back. She cannot do it. She will die when she does so. She will fall into Assassin's trap when she gets away from him. She grits her teeth in frustration. She puts magical energy into her sword without a plan. Then,
何を迷う？お互いやるべきことは一つだろ
oh boy. Swordsman's voice is clear.
アサシン。
う。もとより、我らは役割を果たすためだけに呼び出された。私がこの門を守るように、お前にも守るものがある。ならば、迷う隙などあるまい。それにな、セイバー。時間がないのは、お前に限った話ではない。
There's no lie in those words. Those are the first and last true words for the swordsman that fulfilled his role as a fictional character. That he would like for both of them to go all out on each other. The swordsman in front of her is telling her his only wish, his only compensation for being summoned in this world.
失礼をした。確かに、お互い時間はない。
She releases the magical energy in her sword. The merciless force pushes Assassin back. He slides back about 2 meters. Saber does not move even though she is within Assassin's best range. She does not run up to the mountain gate nor does she charge at Assassin. She releases the seal. Showing her sword, Saber confronts Assassin. There's no hesitation in her eyes. She will use all her powers if need be. Her eyes state that she will use all her strength to defeat the enemy in front of her. There's nothing to talk about now. The fictional swordsman readies his sword.
いざ。
He greets his greatest enemy with the strongest technique. She struggles through the sea of tainted meat. The lake isn't even a meter deep. Chunks of flesh carpet the bottom, so she only sinks up to her knees.
この気持ち悪いにも程があるってのよ。
She grumbles as she breathes hard. Every step brings a chill as if she's treading on piles of insects. She stops moving, the taint on her skin begins to solidify and consume her.
ああ、もう、こんちくしょう。
She shakes it off with all her might and keeps going. It is almost impossible to keep wading through the rottenness while still keeping her sanity. After this, even slaughtering a cow shouldn't be a big deal. Buscarin thinks so defiantly. But she's getting used to this work now. She's so tense that she'll stop moving when she stops treating this as work. But at least there's no mental damage this way. This is... What an awful experience to endure. She cannot endure it with just willpower. Her temperature rises with each step. The meat on her legs attacks her nerves instantly. Even if she flings it off, the poison has already entered her system. Curse. The malice is almost tangible and it feels like a disease. One will get sick when touched by it. It taints the nerve, takes away energy, boils the brain, and kills within 1 step. A normal person would stop moving after 2 steps and would fall into the sea of decay. She does not know what would happen after that. She doesn't even want to consider whether she would be suffocated or absorbed into the poisoned flesh. Her mind is too overcome with heat even to think about it. She braces her staggering feet and keeps moving forward. Rin did not enter the pool of mud without a plan. She swallowed 2 jewels and is using all of the magical energy she saved up to defend herself. Oh, clever. If this curse is a crystallization of pure magical energy, she should be able to repel it with strong magical energy of her own. Her vision wavers. Her guess was right, but her scale was off. The swallowed jewels are as good as a paper shield against the curse. This is not something a human can fight against. No human can ward off this curse. In here, one's belief in oneself is the only support of their life.
もうこれなら火の上に飛び込んだ方が涼しいのに。
With her jewel's protection, jumping into a sea of fire would be no problem. That's crazy. As soon as she complains... She gets angry at herself and sets her mind straight. Oh, did she think about that sea of fire that Shiro went through? It's not true. She cannot be complaining. She concentrates on the sounds behind her. She cannot see the two anymore. Or I think that was like an Archer thing too. It's still Shiro, but I think they show that particular CG when talking about Archer, or at least they did not too long ago. But I mean that is what it is, right? It's that Fuyuki fire. Anyway, that's where she saw it. She cannot see the two anymore. She doesn't know if Shiro moved the battleground away or if she's just cornered. Either way, it seems the fight has gone to the compound.
あと少し一気に行くからそれまで
She runs. It's only as fast as walking, but she frantically moves her feet and pushes her way through the tainted meat. Her breathing ragged, she reaches out. She climbs up. She can feel the mountain of meat.
なんかこっちのが楽みたい
She lays on the pulsing ground. Ew. This feels even nastier, but the heat violating her nerves goes away.
ちょっとこれもしかして
She puts her finger on the red ground. It is the same as the black mud, but it has form. It is something that should not exist in this world, something that came out of the Holy Grail and took form using magical energy.
サーバント
Uh,
サーバントと同じなんだ
she murmurs in blank amazement. She tries to think what this could mean, but then stops herself. This isn't the time. Oh, heavens feel, here we come. There is only one thing she must do right now.
よし回復したさっさとシンジを見つけてこんなところとはおさらばよ
She gets up and runs along the top of the mountain of meat. It is an island about 50 meters wide. Wow. She could not tell before, but this lumpy meat is intertwined.
いた
Within it all, Mato Shinji is there, hidden amongst the flesh. Oh, time to conclude this one. Hey. Oh, never mind. I thought we were back to Saber and Assassin, but that was way too many sword blows, so obviously it's these two. I need to go get more water. I repel the oncoming swords. There are over 10 noble phantasms, and every one of them has been released to destroy me. I throw away the destroyed sword and prepare for the next attack. I catch my breath in an instant. I can't project with ragged breath, and I'll just be skewered if I don't have a weapon. This battle is not a battle against him. This is a battle against my body. I will die once the speed and precision of my projection go down. Got a little bit more.
そうだ休んでいる暇はないぞ
In response to his voice, a straight sword points at me. The loaded noble phantasm is released at fatal speed.
トレス
Unable to deflect the full impact, I fall to the ground. I quickly roll to the side and get up, steadying myself.
どうした
We're getting some good songs at the end here.
わずか一撃で壊れるようでは複製とは言えんな
He laughs. He's obviously enjoying this. There's no way for me to defend myself if he releases all of the noble phantasms behind him. But he releases them one by one as if to test how much I can take. But that's what's keeping me alive right now. It's too hard to project a weapon after seeing it, even with Tosca's backup. I can only imitate the shape. I can't construct the ability inside of it, so it gets destroyed with one blow.
やろ
He said I'm the only one who can beat him. This is all I can do. I can't rush at him after I block his attack. I'll at least need 2 weapons. But I'm having trouble projecting 1 weapon, so it's impossible for me to project 2 at once.
どうした歯ごたえがあるのは口先だけかフェイカー
He must have liked seeing me roll around as he looks delighted. I catch my breath. It's fine as long as he's enjoying this. There's still a chance for me to win.
トレス
I look within myself. A limited circuit. I mentally lay out as many blueprints as I can. I can see 17 noble phantasms behind him. I read the structure from its appearance, draw out the concept of creation, select the composition material. I vomit blood. It's because I'm putting multiple blueprints inside a circuit that usually handles 1 or 2. My nerves are bruised since I started projection and my body is being destroyed from within. My throat tries to pump out the blood that is filling my stomach. I swallow it and continue with the process. Gosh, being Shiro, suffering. Kancho and Bakuya cannot block his noble phantasms. Archer should be able to with this technique, but I don't have that much skill. There's only one way for me to block the noble phantasms. I need to offset them with the same exact ones. I still have enough magical energy. There's enough supply from Tosaka. But the circuit to channel it is about to break. The end is near. When he gets serious, I have to project the same number of noble phantasms as him to stay alive. But my body will die if I project that many. I save the overflowing images. The overflowing swords are ones that will pierce me from within. And Miyashiro will be pierced from within if the circuit cannot be controlled.
今度は多いな。10、15、17。そうか。目に見える我の宝具をすべて複製したわけか。なめるな。魔術師の手の内など看破できなくて何が英霊か。お前に働く魔術の数などそれこそ手に取るようにわかる。
Yeah, it's kind of like the way he immediately just called like Archer a faker and knew Shiro was the same way. I mean, he watched their whole battle, but you know, still. His words are unexpected. The king of heroes that possesses thousands of noble phantasms can figure out my magic just by looking at me? That's crazy.
では採点だ。最もいかに成功であろうと一本たりとも世には残さんが。
My reaction is delayed. His words caught my attention, creating a hopeless delay. 17 noble phantasms are released. King's treasures, a fraction of them charge in as if to tell me playtime is over. Dude, Shiro's like... his projection words are like... You're very interesting now. My body wavers. Swords shooting forward and the swords created from within me crash and shake the surroundings. I can't block all of them. Even if I project 17 noble phantasms, I can only give form to them one at a time. Even if I can form them in succession, I am no match for him as he can release all of them at once. I hear him laughing behind the swords. 12 more enemy noble phantasms. My fingertips are burning. The magical energy I emit and the heat from the crashing noble phantasms burn my fingertips mercilessly. 7 more noble phantasms. It's so loud. It's burning out. My circuit is completely burning off. I don't have enough. I can't match this man with this small circuit. Why can't I block them? He said I can beat him, so why am I not even a match? Does that mean I'm making a mistake? 3 more noble phantasms. Will my body last until I block them? No, I should be thinking about the difference between my projection and Archer's. All senses freeze at that instant. I don't even pay heed to the 3 approaching blades. The golden servant is taking out a sword. Oh boy, a strange sword. My mind burns up the instant I see it.
女を救うと言ったな、小僧。
He laughs while the sword roars. I eliminate the 3 remaining blueprints in my circuit and concentrate on reading his sword. But
読めない。
I was able to read every sword, but I can't even read that sword structure.
ならば見せてみろ。その贋作で一体何が救えるのかを。
That shit was created before the concept of a sword existed. Storm of Chaos. I will be right back. It's a good time to take a break anyway, so just like before, I think I didn't mention it, but if you've been watching along with me, then please feel free to take a break as well. Get up, walk around, stretch, drink water, and all that, and I'll be right back in a moment. Hope you had fun listening to that hurricane. A storm of chaos. The wind emitted from his sword even blows away his own noble phantasms as it comes at me. My mind is still blank. I can't come up with any countermeasure, so I just release the remaining magical energy within me.
Iza.
Swordsman readies his sword. He only stands for the man who does not have a stance. A fatal technique that cuts his enemy by simultaneously executing blows from different angles. She has experienced the move before. The previous one only had an arc to surround his enemy and a vertical slash. That is why she was able to avoid it and live up to this day. But the real technique has 3 slashes. A circular slash and a vertical slash and probably a horizontal slash that cuts anyone that escapes sideways. There's nowhere to run if the 3 attacks are executed all at once. Once in range, the other 2 attacks will cut you even if one is blocked. One cannot escape sideways, and the longsword will reach out even if one retreats. Demonic technique, Subame Gaishi. A godly technique that even surpasses the servants. The ultimate attack perfected by an anonymous swordsman using all his life. Here we go. The longsword trembles. His body moves in with 1 step. The distance to attack Saber. Prison-like arcs are executed from a range that does not allow any defense. Saber does not use her holy sword. She cannot use her noble phantasm at this range. No matter how fast Saber may be, Assassin Subame Gaishi is many times faster. Her neck will be cut the instant she puts magical energy into her sword. Therefore, her only weapon is pure technique. The blade begins its arcs. She feels despair from its precision and speed. Such an attack, how much training was needed to get this far? Fear is the only thing on her mind. It cannot be blocked. This technique is a technique of carnage that challenges God with mere human skill. Only God would be able to block it. She gulps. There's a flash as small as a grain of sand. She does not think about what it is nor if it is correct. She risks everything she has on her instinct. She charges at her victory with all her might. What did the fictional swordsman think of that? Silver armor passes through the gap beside his arm. The opening between the swordsman's left arm and his waist. Saber must have figured out that the small opening is the blind spot of the technique. I like that they explained that. Even though the attack still chips off her armor, Saber curls up and flies through the opening. That's a funny image. An exquisite skill that is only possible with her precognition, her great instinct. She was able to predict the true Subame Gaishi since she experienced it once. That is not the surprising part. It is her determination that kept her alive. She trusted her insight and put all her power into the slight opening. She shook off the fear that she would be slashed if she was even a moment late and charged into the small opening. Therefore, her determination is the strength that defeated the demonic technique. But the match isn't over yet. Even though Subame Gaishi was avoided, her enemy is right beside her, and she charged in with speed quicker than the attack. It's not easy to recover her stance from such a charge. The longsword strikes. The attack is the quickest, even if it may not be as quick as the demonic technique. But her attack is a bit quicker than his. There it is. He closes his mouth. He shuts his lips tight and tenses up so that he will not fall down. Blood from his lungs fills his mouth, but he swallows it so that it will not spill out. The golden-haired girl is below him. The way out of the swordsman does not allow him to dirty her with his blood. The way of the swordsman. Saber does not say anything. Her golden hair flutters down to the ground. It is a wonder that her head is still attached. It is a miracle that her limbs are still attached. She felt that her body would be slashed the instant she went into that opening. That's so cool. That was the only difference. The longsword. The swordsman's technique would have stayed invincible if his longsword had not been bent. And so it is. God, all the factors that had to happen for Saber to survive that. The air is shaking. Another battle is still going on behind the mountain gate. Unsure of what to say, Saber looks up at the dying swordsman. To that,
Yuke.
the swordsman tells her without looking at her. How much meaning was contained in that one word? Saber pulls out her sword and runs up the stairs. She does not turn back to the swordsman. She runs to fulfill her role.
美しい小鳥だと思ったのだがな。その実、獅子の類であった。
Mm-hmm. He murmurs as if that was to be expected. She avoided something that even a sparrow could not avoid, so she cannot be something that is admired.
女を見る目には自信があったのだが、どちらも修行不足ということか。
The swordsman complains with a shrug. His elegant clothing has lost its colors already. His stomach is pierced and his blood-stained feet are vague. He looks down at them and sits. The branches shake. The wind coming down from the top of the mountain rustles the forest. When the flowers scatter, the wind stops and the moon darkens. The swordsman has disappeared without trace, as if his existence was just an illusion. At that instant, I developed the strongest weapon I have projected, but it doesn't even serve as a shield. Sword of Separation. The mysterious sword cuts through the wind, destroys 6 noble phantasms, and cuts my body apart. It's disappearing. The circuit is disconnected and Tosca's magical energy disperses without a place to go. I curse my worthlessness. I knew that I'm unskilled. I curse myself for never thinking twice. Why is this all the magical energy I have? Just a bit more. If I could reach into that darkness just a bit more, I could have fought like him. I fall to the ground. I fly through the air and crash to the ground with great force. I don't feel pain from the landing. I don't have such a sense anymore. Even my mind is going blank. Before I die, the only thing filling my head is the surprise that my limbs are still attached.
そこまでか。やはり偽物は偽物だったな。お前では何も救えない。
My heartbeat gets weaker. My lungs do not move, rendering me unable to breathe.
これならば、アーチャーが残った方が楽しめた。奴も贋作者だったが、その理念は俗物ではなかったからな。
Gosh, I wish that fight could have happened. I can't see anything, but it seems it's not because my eyes are broken. My organs are just too messed up to function as they should. Maybe it's fortunate. I don't have any sense of pain, so I should be able to die easily.
ああ、そういえば奴も言っていたな。お前の理念は借り物だと。自身から生み出したものが一つとしてない男が何かをなそうなどと、よくも思い上がれたものだ。
I can't do that. Even if I might go brain dead from the pain, I need to regain my consciousness. The deep part of me says so as it points to that place.
正義の味方？誰も傷つかない世界だと？おかしなことを。誰も傷つかず幸福を保つ世界などない。人間とは、犠牲がなくては生を謳歌できぬ獣の名だ。平等という綺麗事は闇を直視できぬ弱者のざれ事に過ぎぬ。雑種。お前の理想とやらは、醜さを覆い隠すだけの言い訳に過ぎん。
Fuck. I raise my arm which should not be moving. Oh boy. My fallen body and my dying mind. I raise my hand to grab something like I did on that day. Oh. I don't know what's funny, but someone's laughing. Seems like everyone in this world is laughing. Yeah, I don't think I mentioned it before, but I guess when Rin saw this illusion, it seemed that Rin's, the same way Shiro saw her past, I'm sure that she also saw this as well. I think that was even mentioned to me before, but that would make sense, I guess. A fake wish. Borrowed ideal. Someone scorning me, saying that my dream won't come true. Yes, that's exactly right. My wishes are all borrowed. I just admired the wish of wanting to help someone because it's beautiful. So there's nothing that came from within me. My body has always been driven by a curse-like obsession with helping others. Curse-like, eh? That's why it's a fake. Such an imitation cannot save anything. First of all, I'm not sure what needs to be saved. But I still felt that it's beautiful. It was not born from within me. I just saw someone save others and copied that behavior. I was empty back then. Everyone died and I could not save anyone. I could not bear the fear in front of me unless I gave up, saying that humans are weak. That's why I admired the ideal, because it was something I did not have and its sanctity brought tears to my eyes. Is that wrong? Is it a fake if it's not mine? Even if my wish is fake, is it wrong for it to come true? No, I don't think it's wrong. I don't care even if it's fake. I'll make it come true even if it's an impossible ideal. It's an impossible wish from the start, an unreachable utopia. Then, even if Shiro is a fake, what's there has to be true. I know that I can't save everything. I know that there's no help without sacrifices. I know that reality is like that because I became an adult. I know it's only an ideal, but I still continue to seek it. It's not the end after someone gets hurt. Even if the best possible outcome has someone get hurt to save many others, I still want to pursue a resolution where nobody is hurt. That there is no justice in this world, and that people die meaninglessly in reality. I don't think such words are right. And he reaches this place at the end. What I believed in. He said that they are all a fake, but the one who said so followed through on his hypocrisy. Then I can keep going. I don't care, even if it's a fake. First of all, I'm too simple-minded to worry about such a thing. I make up my mind on this hill of swords, that if I can save the world in front of me, I will fight for it. I didn't even need to think about it. My world is small. This small world is all I have ever been able to create. That's right. This body of mine is made of firm swords. Yes, so I can endure most things. Shiro can keep his dream until the very end, even if what I seek is nowhere. I raise my body. I can move my limbs again as soon as my consciousness returns. My body still moves. It's a wonder that I'm still alive, let alone moving after his attack, but I don't care. If I'm alive, there must be a reason why. It's just that I don't know why.
直前に盾を敷いたのか。出し惜しんだとはいえ致命傷だったはずだな。存外にしぶといな小僧。
出し惜しみそんだけ山ほど持っておいて今さら何を惜しむってんだ。
I keep my distance while I catch my breath. I know how to do it now. I should be able to do it with the backup from Tosaga. Here we go. The problem is the casting. Even though I have it memorized, I don't know how fast I can get it working until I try.
今のは覇者にのみ許された剣だ。強が乗ったゆえ見せてやったが、本来雑種などに使うものではない。
Remember that in a second, Gil.
エアと打ち合う権利を持つ者はセイバーだけだ。お前のような偽物に使ってはセイバーに合わせる顔がない。
Numerous noble phantasms appear. They are all third-rate. The difference is obvious after seeing that previous sword. They are not something I can take lightly. They are more than enough to kill me. The difference in our powers is the same. Even though I managed to survive the previous attack, I cannot match that servant with my projection.
ほう、真似事はおしまいか。ようやく無駄と分かったらしい。ならば潔く消えるがいい。 偽物を作るその頭蓋一片たりとも残しはせん。
The noble phantasms are released. But
シロ
a blue rushing wind repels them.
セイバーか。
Gilgamesh jumps back instantly. Even Gilgamesh is cautious against Saber. He wants to avoid hand-to-hand combat with her as his technique is inferior.
よかった。無事ですか、シロ。遅くなりました。あとは私が受け持ちます。シロは離れて。
いや、ギルガメッシュは俺一人で何とかできる。離れるのはそっちだ、セイバー。
He did not finish her Nani. That's hilarious.
何を言うのです、シロ。その体で彼の相手をすると。いえ、そもそも魔術師ではサーバントには太刀打ちできない。それはあなたもよく知っているでしょう。
ああ、けど俺とあいつだけは例外だ。信じろ。俺はきっとあいつに勝てる。
Saber gasps. Saber is surprised because she believes my words.
セイバーは境内の裏に急いでくれ。遠坂が一人で聖杯を止めてる。けどあれを壊せるのはセイバーだけだ。
She closes her eyes once. A few seconds, no, it's not even for a second.
ご分を。リンは私が必ず。
She says what I want to hear the most and steps away from Gilgamesh. Her silver armor turns away.
セイバー、
I stop her just once.
お前を救うことが俺にはできなかった。
Oh. And I say it. I say it in place of the one who cared for her.
あの聖杯はお前が望んでいるものじゃないと思う。だからよく見極めておくんだ。次は決して間違えないように。
Wow, wow, wow.
シロ。
ごめん、うまく言えない。俺はお前のマスターにはふさわしくなかったんだろう。だから
I couldn't even figure out your true desire.
そんなことはない。シロは私のマスターだ。
セイバー、
サーバントとして責務を果たしてきます。伝えたいことはその後に。
She runs without turning back. She is gallant and looks like the wind. Saber is left. She believed in my promise that I would win and went to save Tosaka. Let's start. Oh my gosh, I have no hesitation now. All that's left is for me to defeat the enemy in front of me. I love it.
ただ一つの勝機を逃し、あの小娘を助けさせるだと。たわけめ。自らを犠牲にする行為など全て偽りに過ぎぬ。それを未だ悟れぬとは筋金の入った偽善者だ。ああ、それだけは語えてやろう、小僧。
The noble phantasms are set. There are about 30 of them. If I want to block them, I'll have to create it.
贋作、偽善者か。別にそういうのも悪くない。確かに俺はフェイカーだからな。
I raise my arm. I close one eye and look inside of me.
勘違いしてた。俺の牽制っていうのは剣を作ることじゃないんだ。そもそも俺にはそんな器用な真似なんてできっこない。
That's right. Tosca said it too. I can only use one kind of magic. Strengthening and projection are just a byproduct of it.
そうだ。俺にできることはただ一つ。自分の心を形にすることだけだった。
I grab my right hand with my left and glare at Gilgamesh.
体は剣でできている。
I cast a spell. Casting is only a suggestion to change myself. These words are to connect Emiyashiro.
そうか。よまいごとはそこまで。
The numerous noble phantasms are released. I'll make it. This is why one of my eyes is open. I pull out a shield from the hill to block the oncoming noble phantasms. Roaius. This is why I'm very happy to be reading this. I feel like I got a lot of information and misinformation from my UBW reactions. So I think someone suggested me, and forgive me if I'm calling you out here, but someone suggested to me that, you know, Archer's alive, right? So that Archer's the one who pulled out this shield while Shiro was chanting UBW. But he says right now this is why he's keeping one eye open, so that he could counter Gilgamesh as if he tries to stop him from casting it. So that's so cool. And I like the way he phrased it. I pull out a shield from the hill, like, because it's already there in Unlimited Blade Works. It's crazy. Swarm of swords batter against the shield. The shield is me myself. My body breaks up as each petal of the shield is pierced and damaged. Right, Archer. Yeah, like you get hurt as the shield is like damaged. I think that's what happened to Archer. There's only one place I need to reach. The flowing power fills me to capacity in an instant. What caused this shock? Is it his noble phantasms that cannot penetrate through a single shield, or is it the magical energy in front of him? And the differences in the chant. Shout out to you. Oh my gosh, I wish I could remember your username, but I remember we would talk about the differences between Shiro's and Archer's chants and like what they meant, you know, because it's an important thing. It's cool. It's a neat little difference in how it is. It breaks. The overflowing magical energy cannot be controlled. Magical energy 10 times the capacity of the circuit breaks its foundations trying to escape. Blood trickles from my mouth. The shield is full of holes now. Even though the noble phantasms did not reach me, my body is full of holes. But still. The magical energy rages around, but I don't care. This body is a circuit specialized to use this one magic from the start. And there should be more. There should be something beyond this if I can't make it with this circuit. No, it is already there. It's just that I can't see it. There was no limitation to the circuit from the start. If it was darkness, not a wall that stopped the magical energy, then the limit is somewhere beyond the darkness. Magical energy 10 times the capacity of the circuit breaks its foundations trying to escape, and I use 100 circuits to take in 1,000 times the capacity. I cast the true name. At that instant, everything breaks and everything reforms. Fire runs. The fire becomes a wall and creates a border, changing the world. A desolate land remains, a hill with numerous swords. What does he think of the scenery? The golden servant stands there with a gruesome expression. A desolate land. A graveyard of swords devoid of life. Every sword exists in this world as swords are reproduced just at a glance. This is Shiro's world, a reality marble. It is the greatest forbidden magic that embodies the caster's internal world. This is heroic spirit Emiya's noble phantasm and the only weapon I possess. Everything is here and nothing is here. That is why this is called Unlimited Blade Works. This is the only definite answer obtained by the one who lived as a sword all his life. I take a step forward. Stuck in the ground next to me are the swords that are floating behind Gilgamesh. I reach out my arms. The swords come out as if to accept me as their user.
偽物が本物にかなわないなんて道理はない。お前が本物だと言うならことごとくを凌駕して
Damn.
その存在を叩き
Badass
落とそう。
Shiro. I move forward. In front of me is a servant with 1,000 treasures.
行くぞ英雄王。武器の貯蔵は十分か。
So cool with the magic crest on him. Oh my gosh.
思い上がったな雑種。
The enemy opens the gate and readies numerous noble phantasms. I run across the deserted land. The two groups of swords start the final match. Oh.
なんだ
Interesting. What updated there? Ah. Is that what updated though? I'm imagining so. Not the percentage of gold in one's body. Good, thanks for distinguishing that. What an amazing skill. Yeah, okay, I think it was Unlimited Blade Works. As far as I can tell anyway. The first thing Saber sees after getting to the lake is a giant mountain of meat. She is not a normal knight. She fought many monsters back when she was called a hero. She has even fought dragons, considered the strongest of the fantasy races. But even Saber falters against the mountain of meat. It is not because of its ugliness. It is because she can tell that the lump of meat and the curse flowing out of it are the same as her.
サーバント召喚を間違えればサーバントとはあそこまで変わるものなのか。
See, they recognize it as like a servant. You know, it's totally like Angra, but I don't know anything else, so I don't know. Was that the power of the Holy Grail? She stares at it and shakes her head.
リンどこにいるのですリン。
And that's the funny thing. It's like they acknowledge this fact and they're like, no time to think about this. So we'll get there eventually. She runs to the lake and yells to the other side. She is hesitant to enter the black mud. It is not because it would be unpleasant. Her instincts tell her that as a half-spirit she cannot touch it. She hears a voice. It is weak, but she hears her master. She looks at the mountain of meat and
リン
she steps forward without hesitation.
待ったダメセイバーは入ってこないで
Good thing you brought this megaphone. Well, I guess they can speak, you know, mentally, whatever. Saber stops. She stops her feet and glares at the mountain of meat while holding up her sword. I forgot that Rain's our master.
いいからダメその泥に触れたらあなただってこうなるわよいいからセイバーはそこで宝具の準備をしてこの塊はもうすぐ弾けるわその前に宝具でぶった切っちゃって
Saber cannot nod to her master's words. She can tell that the lump of meat is about to hatch. The squirms are turning into throbs and the mud is spreading ever further. The lake has turned black and the mud is spilling onto the ground. That thing is growing. What? Okay, so something that did not happen originally here that they added in UBW, I guess, is after Rin removes Shinji and like the big arm thing comes out of the Grail and like try to comes for Gilgamesh, I guess, to make it its new core, and then he uses and I think that's why he pulls out Aya in the anime. But yeah, that's interesting. The world's restraining power will be activated if that thing is left alone. It's natural for her to destroy it with her holy sword. But to do that,
リン外に池にさえ出てしまえばあとは私が。
いいよねオッケー任せたけどもし間に合わなかったら間に合う方を取ってセイバーとの契約は切れちゃうけどシローが無事ならなんとかなるでしょ
バカなことを。構いません。何に変わろうがこのような呪い蹴散らして。
Saber runs through the black mud so she can get to that lump of meat. But her body does not move. Her body stops when she tries to go near the lake.
リン、令嬢。
当然でしょう。聖杯を壊せる唯一の人材をむざむざ死なせるわけにはいかないもの。それに心配無用だってば。この程度簡単に振り切って逃げ出すから。セイバーはそこで大船に乗ったつもりで政権の準備をしてなさい。
She sounds calm and composed like always. But it does not need to be said that it is just a bluff. The island of meat on the other side. There's nowhere for her master to run.
なんてね。まあ、言うはやすしってやつだけど。
She murmurs while being surrounded by arms made out of the meat. The situation is hopeless. Mato Shinji was saved. She ripped off the blood vessels and nerves connected to the meat to let Shinji out. One can say he's alive, ignoring all the after effects he may have. No, he looks like he is just unconscious, so one could say that he is healthier than the girl carrying him.
問題はその後か。そりゃ心臓取られちゃ暴れるわよね。シンジを返せば見逃してくれるかな、これ。
Can you imagine, like, being someone like Shinji and then getting so lucky as for, okay, so your last, like, conscious moment was, like, being turned into the Grail and just writhing in pain as the core of the Grail. You go unconscious and you wake up and then you're fine. Like, can you imagine, like, how lucky he got this route? She slowly moves while she stares at the tentacles blocking her way. Then again, I guess this is the only route he gets that lucky. But there's no exit. The tentacles are blocking the way out to the lake. Even if she escapes the tentacles trying to swallow her, she will not be able to get past that wall.
まず力が。
She almost falls along with Shinji, but she desperately keeps herself up. She went through the cursed sea and even performed neurosurgery to separate Mato Shinji from the mountain of meat, which is crazy. Shout out to Kirei's education. She went as far as using her reserve magical energy that she hadn't used for ages, but...
もうあのバカ。遠慮なしで人の魔力持ってくんだから。おかげでこっちはもうすっからかんじゃない。
She bears the dizziness that she complains. That's so funny. But she's not serious. And it wouldn't matter even if she did have more power. The tentacles around her are not moving because their target is standing still. They should react right away once they find out that the thing in their body is poison. Toscarin and Mato Shinji are alive because they do not have magical energy to be consumed. Ah.
けどここまでかな。いい加減立ってるのも辛く。
Her vision becomes hazy. Even though she has a foothold, she is still on the mud. Her nerves are getting further infiltrated with each passing second. She will become the new core of the Holy Grail if she falls down onto the meat. Before that,
ごめんねセイバー。言うこと聞かないだろうから無理やり聞かせる。
she has one more command spell. That's enough for her to order Saber to use her holy sword.
あとあんたにも謝っとかないと。シンジ助けられなんか。
いいから走れ。そのような泣き言、聞く耳持たん。
And this was such a twist. She stops her collapsing body. That voice. The voice coming into her head is definitely that of the servant she has made a contract with. There's no time to waste. She knows his personality all too well. He told her to run, so he must have done something that she won't escape unless she does as she's told. She runs. The arrows coming down from the sky are literally a heavy rain. They destroy the tentacles, the ground, and everything in her path. There's no time to turn back. She runs full speed while carrying Shinji. She jumps into the lake. The arrows have swept the black mud away to make her an escape route. It's only for a short while, but there is only dirty water between her and the opposite shore. So lucky. She runs across the lake while carrying Mato Shinji. She runs with all her might, mud splashing around her. magical energy replies to the yelling voice. There's no need to check. The golden sword mows down everything in its path with its overwhelming power. The mountain of meat is cut in half and breaks down. Well, that was fast. The black mud evaporates and the light turns the lake into a flat field. It is a waterfall of light that illuminates everything. Oh, this song. Bathed in the light, the swordsman accepts that her battle has ended.
これで終わり。私の戦いは。
Who did she say that to? The wielder of the holy sword is on her knees and watches the light with a flood of emotions. The holy grail is breaking down. The thing she sought, the thing that should have saved her. She destroyed it with her own hands and finally realized her mistake. One boy and one hero. The man that got twisted at the end of his ideal was still a boy. His regrets are so heavy that they cannot all be carried. His crimes are so deep that they cannot be atoned for. There was something he did not give up on. The knight in red finally arrived at an answer at the very end. Then she has to move forward as well. The end where she took her hands off of the sword. She will run past that hill under her own will.
契約は完了した。あなたたちの勝利だ、リン。
The holy sword fades away. She still has some magical energy left. She can stay in this world if she pushes herself. If she can, she would like to see what awaits them in the end.
ですが、それは私の役割ではない。シローにはリンがついていますから。
Well, don't worry, we'll get sunny day. Her body continues to disappear and the night vanishes from this world as if engulfed by the light. Like a brave gust of wind, the king that sought the Holy Grail sets off for the Hill of Destiny without leaving a trail of memories behind. Oh. Goodbye, UBW Saber. Oh my gosh, here we go. Yes, I was waiting for this. Excuse me, I gotta get ready. I oppose the long sword with the long sword. The swords break each other and the shards are sent flying. The curved sword appears behind him. But I pull out the curved sword by my feet faster than him. And I swing it straight at him. Oh man, so cool. Oh my god, I have so many options for the thumbnail. Gilgamesh retreats. All these CGs are so good. I close the distance at once, pull out a sword and slash at him. Alright. I crash my swords against the appearing noble phantasms. I'm not thinking. My body and mind will fail if I stop. I will keep moving forward now. The instant I see his noble phantasm, I reel in the exact same one and swing it with all my might. The sounds of swords crashing echo through the area. He cannot handle my attacks and has to destroy my weapon with his. That will be the cause of his defeat. He is the greatest heroic spirit, and he has over 1,000 noble phantasms at his leisure. He is only an owner. He does not have one weapon, so he is not a wielder who can use his weapon to its maximum potential. Even in this world, I am no match against any other servants. I cannot match the ultimate one even with infinite swords. Gilgamesh must have the ability, but I do not. Therefore, this is the only servant I can match. As we have the same ability, as we are both owners, I am always one step ahead of him since my swords are there, ready to be used. Zashu! Gilgamesh raises his hand. The sword appearing behind him is the demonic sword, the only sword that does not exist in this world. Oh my gosh. This is happening so fast. Oh my gosh. I swing my twin swords. The Kancho and Bakuya I reel in slice off Gilgamesh's arm that tries to reach for a sword. This is so much faster than the anime. The weapons stop. His arm and sword fall to the ground, leaving him defenseless. My body acts before I can think. Confident in my victory, my limbs move to slash the King of Heroes. He jumps back. Barely avoiding the twin swords, Gilgamesh retreats still further.
今はお前が強い。
Gilgamesh admits his defeat and tries to retreat.
安かったんだ。
I'll lose if he regains his composure. I have to settle the match right here.
この野郎。
He must have realized he will not be able to escape as he pulls out a noble phantasm from behind him. But I'm faster. I'll surely...
何？
Our voices overlap. The change happens in an instant. The light coming from the lake eliminates the Hill of Swords. A great magical energy has smashed away the already disappearing reality marble. That's cool. I actually didn't know that that's why it happened at that moment. That's fine. The match is settled. I can beat this servant by slashing him with my twin swords. But after the reality marble is blown away, a black void. Now this part is what I'm very curious about. What happens to Gilgamesh here? A void big enough to swallow a human being. It appears before me, right on Gilgamesh. Gilgamesh looks down at his body in astonishment. His body is being swallowed. The golden servant is swallowed by the void appearing on his body. Did he want to say wait? The void mercilessly swallows the servant. There was no way for him to escape. The void was open on his body. There's no way one can escape something that is on their body.
今のは一体。
I stand there dumbfounded. The void in front of me is shrinking. I don't know what this is, but it seems Tosca and Saber were able to destroy the Holy Grail. My only guess is that the after effect created the black void to eliminate Gilgamesh, which is very interesting.
ともかくこれで。
I guess because, like, the Grail did, like, give him flesh in the previous war. So now that the Grail is, like, destroyed, I guess what's sustaining him is, like, or what gave him the form is just taking it back. I don't know. That's the only thing I can think of. Everything is over. My twin swords disappear. The magical energy in me fades away.
やば。
And at the same time, fatigue assails me.
くそ。まずいな。これじゃ歩けない。
I want to go see how Tosca's doing, but my body will not move. Well, I'm sure she'll be alright since Saber went to go save her.
そうだな。
Saber,
こ
Saber.
っちも少しは。
I can rest a bit. And after I take a deep breath, chain suddenly. The chain wraps around my arm. Which is such a move right there. I gasp. The chain drags my body towards the void. Put power into my body, but I can't resist. My feet slide across the ground towards the void.
あの出来損ないめ。同じサーバントでは核にならんとさえわからぬか。お前。
Well, I guess that's the real reason, right? He's appearing from the void, but his body is melted here and there. So that void must melt everything it swallows. I try to get the chain off of me, but it doesn't even budge. This chain even restrained Berserker. It's not something I can pry off. I'm being pulled towards it. I'll be swallowed like him if I go near that void.
くそ。道連れにするつもりか。
たわけ。死ぬつもりなど毛頭ないわ。踏みとどまれゲロ。俺がその場に戻るまでな。
こいつ。
He's arrogant even in this situation.
まくそ。
But what can I do? I can't get this chain off of me. I'll be swallowed into that void along with him. Even if I hold my ground, he'll pull himself out. It means I'm going to die either way. This better be a Tiger Dojo, because this is so cool. But for the sake of happiness, I'll do this. Wait, is this the right one? It has to be, right? No, I think the top one's the correct one, actually. Does it matter? Shit. Damn it. I don't think it matters. I think best case, I get to continue on. Possibly even better case, I get to see what this bad end is. So I'll choose this. I'm going to die either way, I can't let him escape. I wrap the chain further around my arm. I grab onto the chain so that it won't let me go. I don't resist the pull and throw my body into the void. Oh my gosh. I roll down. I fall into the eternal darkness while my body is being melted away. Whoop, this is Tiger Dojo. Now we get to experience this shit. A black mud that melts my skin, shaves off my flesh, and removes my bones. My body is taken away and the soul called Emiyashiro falls into the darkness. Poor Rin. Is it because the fall was so long? I feel like I'm going up after a while and... Oh shit. I'm swallowed by a big grail-like sun. Well, there we go. Should have known. Sure, I'll take the advice. And my stamp, please. This stamp sprite is so depressing. Bad Shiro. Oh, shut up, Tiger. Okay, to be fair, here's my thing. I'm very tainted by the anime, right? I think in the anime, Shiro even decides at the last moment, he's like, shit, it's gonna take me with it. You know what? I'm not letting you come back. And as soon as he says that, Archer says hold on, move to the left a little. Bang, right? That's what happens. That's what Shiro says. But whatever. Okay, alright, fair enough. Not much to be said there. Hello, Ilya. Sure. Maybe. Oh. Hold on. I'm pretty sure I've done this, but I'm gonna take note really quick. Just in case I've failed for some reason, I want to take note of this so I don't have to look it up. Check on the 5th morning. Alright, what else? Happy on 8th day after school. Talking dojo on the 10th night. Wait, dojo on the 15th night, so talk to Saber in there? Oh no, this is okay. I think this is the other ending, right? Or this is the dojo part is for Saber, so I'm pretty sure. So yeah. That's perfect. This is why you save. Oh. Alright then. Right, that is true. Right, that is true. That's why I kept dying there until I was like, oh shit, I don't have enough Rin points. And which I didn't look up, by the way. I was like, oh, that's cool. Yeah, okay, cool. Sick. Well, we're not gonna do that this time. We're just gonna wrap it up here. Gee, let me save this little notepad document real quick. I feel dizzy. I can't brace myself anymore. I'll die. I can't endure it at the very end. Should I loosen up since I can't brace myself? If I do so, I should be able to push him back into the void. Gather my courage. Will my arm rip off first? Will his chain rip off first? Or will he come out first? I don't care either way. I'll fight until the very end and die gallantly. To the right, excuse me. I said left before. I turn around instantly. I look back at the compound, which has turned into a flat field. At the same time, something passes by me. The chain is released. Looking like he saw something unexpected, Gilgamesh lets go of the chain. Bye-bye. See you in Heaven's Feel for a little bit. I fall on my butt. I sit there dumbfounded and the void shrinks and disappears in front of me. I can't stand up and just look behind me to the flat field. Dawn is near. The one with the rising sun behind him is the knight in red. I complain without thinking. I'm smiling happily for some reason. I have nothing to say to him. I guess I'll stay quiet so I can sleep. A golden field that is now deserted. Seeing the knight standing there and Tosca running to him, I lay on the ground. Tosca should say everything I want to say to him. So I'll sleep for now. We'll end up fighting if we see each other again, and I'm not used to parting with myself. For the final time, I engrave my ideal into my mind so that I won't forget it, and I close my eyes. Oh, it's nice to know what Shiro does there. The land below him is like a wasteland he once walked on. There's nothing here. There's nothing, as everything was blown away from the mountaintop. The battle has ended. The battle for the Holy Grail has ended, and the curtain is about to fall on this battle as well. Been waiting to hear this song again. Does not know how long it was. The accumulated wish that should have bound him forever is gone now. The end quickly permeates into him and takes away his body's form. He looks towards the voice. She should not have the energy to run, but she is running with ragged breathing. He watches it in silence. The girl that ran up to him looks up at the knight. The red cloak fluttering in the wind shows no trace of what it used to be. The cloak is cut everywhere and his armor is cracked and torn. His existence is weak. Standing there haughtily, the knight begins to disappear from his feet up. The rising sun is in the distance. The golden light is emerging from the horizon. Oh. He must not have anything special to say. The knight in red says trivial things. That gets to her all the more. The knight who is about to disappear is still acting like before. He is her partner that she spoke cynically with, ran through the battles with, and trusted her back to. She can declare that those days were fun. And it is still there before her eyes. He has remained in this world to save her at the last moment. He lost his master and received the King of Heroes' noble phantasms. His body was disappearing, but he did not come to her and ask for help, and he instead watched over this battle. Aww. And the end is in front of her. So many good CGs. I am not going to be able to decide on the thumbnail. I love this art, man. I think one of these days I'm just going to go through the entire gallery. Sometimes I do that. Especially when I'm like making a thumbnail for when I'm posting it on YouTube. I look for the one I want and then I kind of look back and I'm like, oh, the girl cannot think of what to say. It is always like this for her at the most crucial times. She loses her cleverness when it counts the most. The knight smiles a bit. He knew that from the start. Clumsiness of the girl is a dear memory for the knight. She looks up at the knight. Oh, Archer, never change.
お互いよくもここまでボロボロになったと呆れたのだ。
He smiles while he talks. She gets a lump in her throat after seeing his regret-free face. The instant she wonders if he should really disappear.
アーチャー、もう一度私と契約して。
Dude, can you imagine? Can you imagine? She says something she shouldn't.
それはできない。リンがサイバーと契約を続けるのかは知らないが、私にその権利はないだろう。それに、もう目的がない。私の戦いはここで終わりだ。
His reply is free of doubt and his will is strong. His face is as bright as the rising sun, and how can she force him when he's making a face like that?
けどそれじゃあ
God, the sky and everything looks so beautiful now.
あんたはいつまで経っても
Feels like the end of fate. Everything is just hopeful and nice. Won't be saved. The girl swallows her words and hangs her head. That is not something the girl should say, and it's not something that is solved by keeping the night in this world.
参ったな。この世に未練はないが。
It's troubling to have her cry. For him, the girl always has to be a positive, indulgent realist. He was always encouraged by her figure. So he wants her to stay that way until the very end.
リン。
The girl looks up at the voice. Her face looks cute, trying to hold back the tears. Rather than expressing the attachment he feels, he looks at the boy lying in the distance.
私を頼む。知っての通り、頼りないやつだからな。
I love that he said me.
君が支えてやってくれ。
The knight says so as if it's somebody else's business. Those are words of parting. The future might change. If a girl like her stays with Emiya Shiro, the hero Emiya would not be born. His words contain such hope.
じゃあ
But even if it ends up that way, the already existing knight will forever be a guardian. The boy and the man are two different existences. They only have the same starting point, and he is an ideal that the boy dreamed of. There is no salvation available for this knight. There's nothing to give to him, as he has already died and become a phenomenon. She nods in spite of that. She cannot give him anything, so she will give him her best smile. He asks her to take care of him. She smiles so that she can answer the trust he put in her.
分かってる。私頑張るから。あんたみたいにひねくれたやつにならないよう頑張るから。きっとあいつが自分を好きになれるように頑張るから。だからあんたも。
Forgive yourself. She does not put it in, and that's important. By the way, that's so important to real life. Forgive yourself for every, like when you talk negatively to yourself, like every day, when you like feel your failures, when you feel like you're not going anywhere, when you feel stagnant, just take a moment and forgive yourself. It's okay. She does not put it into words. She looks up at the disappearing night with a flood of emotions. How much salvation did it bring? After engraving the girl's smile into his memory with pride.
答えは得た。大丈夫だよ、遠坂。俺もこれから頑張っていくから。
Tosaka. A breeze. The knight has finally rested his wounded body without waiting for the girl's reply.
なんだ。結局文句言い損ねちゃったじゃない。
She wipes away her tears and talks to the one who is not there. Her voice is clear and the girl is standing firm again. It is only natural. She does not have time to be depressed after he made a face like that. She says goodbye to the ground that the knight was standing on and runs to the boy laying on the ground. Within the golden sunrise, the smile he had was like that of the boy. Aw. Epilogue. Okay. Do I finish here? I think I'm gonna take one more break. No, actually, you know what? It's been 3 hours, give or take. I know I've taken some long breaks, probably like close to 20 minutes worth of breaks at this point, but still pretty much 3 hours. I will finish this next week. So next week, the goal is to do this epilogue, Sunny Day, and all the Tiger Dojos. Sound good? All right. Thank you for allowing for joining me for finishing UBW. I'm so happy that I've documented my experience with the visual novel of this route. I'm still a bit sad that I can't post all of the Fate route. I have not as much as I thought of it archived in my cloud storage, unfortunately. I'm happy I was able to preserve the ending at least, but yeah, for UBW, you know, comparatively to the anime, I love all the original differences. Of course, all the detail, all the bad ends, all the points where there wasn't a choice, which I think have pretty big meaning as well. Shiro versus Gilgamesh, I think that's one that I prefer in the anime. I think a big part is like I really like the Emiya remix that they made for that. That was so really well done. And just the flow of the fight was like really, really incredible. But I also do appreciate the way they did it here for Shiro versus Gilgamesh. Like Shiro just relentlessly just spammed Gil here with swords and completely caught him off guard. And it was so fast. It was almost like a real fight, like how it would be like realistically. Like you can't really stall that much when you're pushing so much of an advantage on Gilgamesh. But yeah, the way they did it in the anime, you know, Shiro using Roaius again. But you know what? You know what's funny? I mentioned earlier that people told me that Yo Archer used Roaius the first time when he was chanting UBW, but I guess Shiro used it within the reality marble. Because again, I think it's like the anime has its own canon too, right? Separated from the VN, because I guess it kind of has to. But I guess more so in the sense that it is actually just straight up different rather than them not just telling you. So maybe that is the case in the anime, but it's nice to know what really happens. So, very satisfying seeing Emiya at the end in Rin's moment with him there. You see, every time I see that man's smile, man, it warms my heart. I love seeing fan art of him and some of the today's menu art that I was shown on Discord last night. Thank you, Rick, for that. Yeah, man, that's gonna hurt when I get there in Heaven's Feel again, but I'm ready for it, man. Heaven's Feel is on the horizon, so maybe if I'm really fast, I can Actually, here's the thing. Not next week, but the following week, I'm going out of town, so I'm gonna go hard on recording next week so that I have 2 weeks worth of content. So I'm gonna start Heaven's Feel next week. Oh man, that's gonna be crazy. So I'm gonna do this early in the week, and then I'm gonna play it. Hell yeah! All right, well I've talked long enough. There's plenty of more reflection to do as I, do the rest of the Tiger Dojos and get the endings here. But yeah, I'll do that next time. So thanks for joining me for this as always, and I'll see you next time. Peace.